Hey guys, listen, welcome into the building. Listen, we're here and we're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac, recap. And all I can say is, y'all, oh, what an episode. I'm trying to get myself together because, I was in the seeing about my dad today. My dad is doing well. He does have to have chemo. But you know what? He's strong. So I'm just, we're going to be by his side, and he's in good spirits, so all is well. Now, before I bring up my guests, my peeps, before I bring them in the building, I want to say this. I want to say that I have some concerns, and y'all got to let me know, should I be concerned or should I not be concerned, okay? So, my concern number one is Candace. I love Candace, right? But Candace must have had, she's wearing her natural hair these last two episodes, right? And Candace must have flipped her hair back and forth about 39 times, okay? And I was like, girl, are you okay with this hair? And she's beautiful. I love Candace, but I'd lie to you not. That scene she had with Ashley, I mean, if she would have did one more flip, it was giving me anxiety, okay? It was giving me anxiety. I was like, come on, Candace. One minute she flipped, you saw the part down the middle. The next minute she flipped, you saw this over to the side. And to the point where Ashley had to tell her, girl, your hair looks good. But she's not used to, I guess, her own hair. So she's trying to get used to it, right? All right. So that's Candace. That's my first concern. But we'll talk about that. My other concern is I was not believing, that CHRIS did anything. I was 10 toes down that CHRIS was innocent and he was being used as collateral damage. And I want to kind of stay on that path of believing that CHRIS is just collateral damage, right? But the problem that I'm having is, initially when I believed that he was just being used like collateral damage, I was just like, all right, it was a little sprinkling, right? It was a little sprinkling, the collateral damage. And so hold on, guys. Hey, everybody. Tamara, I don't think I ever saw you before. No one can see you but me. Just show me your face real quick and I'll let you out. And Nadia, thank you. Let me mute you.
Oh, right here.
I don't know who's that clicking and cleaning.
That's Carlos Bacon.
All right. Okay. So Tamara, I'll let you up as long as you show me your face real quick, and then you could go back on your avatar, right? So, initially, like I said, with CHRIS, I wasn't concerned. It was just a little smoke, right? It was just a little smoke. They was trying to kick up sand. But now it seems like it's appearing to be a 3-alarm fire. We're going to have to call the fire department. We may have to ask the neighboring towns to send some of their firemen to this situation too. I don't know how I'm feeling. Kick those but oh shoot, kick those bots out for me.
We don't do it over here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I was trying to kick it out and hit the wrong thing. All right. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about CHRIS. But you let me know if I should be concerned, okay? So I'm concerned. And my other concern was that G didn't seem to know about his wife's health either. He seemed to be confused too. But when we get to that scene, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I'm like, how does G seem confused about Mia's health condition too? But we'll talk about it, okay? We're going to get into it. So this first scene is Candace and Ashley at Candace's house. And Candace, let's give it up to Candace. Let's give it up to Candace. Well, don't that house look good?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, come on now. We got to give it up to Candace. The house looks good.
But the question is Dorothy still paying for it, though? That's the question.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But I also have another question.
Oh, you stay out of this. I ain't got time to play.
No. I'm not with that. But also another question, because it kind of picks up from the end of last week's episode. I'm looking like Candace's compound don't look that big, so Ashley must have been driving around in circles before she got to Candace's house.
I thought she was looking for a house for herself.
No, I thought she was actually looking for Michael, because she said I can't find Michael until she said he was in Las Vegas. That's what I thought she was looking for him.
Flip! You said that music money working miracles. Hey, drive back.
Because Trina just signed on to do a feature on her single, and she signed on to do a video. Like, Candace is starting to make some noise in the industry.
Come on now, okay?
And that's why I think all this hate coming from, because Robyn been on all the seasons from the very beginning, and we still like, oh, we over
what you doing, right? Tamara, I'm just sitting there, like, show your face, and then I can let you up. Okay, so we'll talk about this scene with Candace and Ashley. Ashley's talking about, okay, you could go back on your avatar and I'll let you up. Beautiful. Okay. Ashley's talking. All right, hey, look at you gorgeous there.
Diana Ross.
Yes.
Love it. I love it here.
Do me a favor, shut me off in the background if you got me on.
Turn off.
There you go. It seemed like you got it.
Okay, yeah. Because I was trying to turn off from my cell, and then it was like not showing anything. So I got on my lap.
Now listen, can you handle your hair? Are you gonna be like Candace? Because Candace didn't know what to do. She was going back and forth. So, but beautiful. But so it's Candace and Ashley, and this seeming. You know what's so sad? I like when they was getting along. Now we know towards the end of this episode we're gonna see something totally different, but it was cute in this little scene where they was getting along. And Candace told Ashley, "Yeah, I know you went out with some hockey player." And she told and Ashley told Candace about Michael having his vasectomy. But Candace, Ashley's all over the place with this Michael situation, right? Mm-hmm. One minute she care. The next minute she don't care. One minute they sleeping together. The next minute they not sleeping together. He's having a vasectomy, but you want to have a baby. It's a whole bunch of nonsense. She's throwing confusion out there about what's really going on between the two of them, right? And then Candace said Chris doesn't want to be around. Now let me tell you something. I'm gonna take this to Roa for 1 minute. I kept saying Candy needs to get over what Phaedra did to her, right? Because what's the big deal? But this situation gave me an aha moment. You see the nonsense that they're pulling on Chris, and you see if you don't nip something in the bud, what can happen. Mm-hmm. So because that is why Candy freaked out, because if you let a bad rumor go too far, it can ruin your reputation. Yep. So that's why I'm like, you know what, Candy? I'm not going to get on you no more. If you don't want to speak to Phaedra, and I'm all for reconciling and forgiveness. But in this situation, if you don't want to speak to Phaedra anymore, I'm going to stand by your side, because what they pulling on Chris right now is a whole bunch of mess. Okay? What's so funny? What's going on over here?
If y'all don't see the avatar, then I don't know what to say.
What happened?
That's smoke. That's all smoke over here.
Candace, all this smoke. Candace avatar diva.
Candace over here crying.
I can't stand smoke.
Don't do that, Smoke. Smoke, listen, you gotta get a napkin and you gotta fold it into a triangle, okay?
Oh, now Roy, you're about to do it. I can't stand Roy. Y'all know y'all nasty. Y'all are so nasty. But so true. So true.
No, we gave her a name for that. She needs to patent it. I swear to goodness, she needs to patent it because I'm telling you right now, that's her. That is like what she does. Okay, you fold it into a triangle. You just everybody to share. In the corners here. That's all. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I got here right when you guys were giving Candace tissue tutorials.
Yes.
But can I make this point?
Oh, I see. Yeah,
you need the triangle.
Excellent, Royer.
Yes. And wait a minute. So the other thing that happened in this particular scene was, so what I didn't like, I hate it. Y'all showing out. I love it. So listen, the last thing that happened in this scene was just kind of messy. Candace said that, Karen out in them streets. She's saying that the Grand Dame is running the streets. That's what Candace said.
That's gonna come back to bite her too, because the Grand Dame is experienced, but that's gonna come because the Grand Dame been supportive of Candace. The good, the bad, and the ugly. When everything went down between her and Monique, the Grand Dame had her back. Karen had her back.
No, she didn't. She did not have Candace's back.
She held them. She held them both accountable.
She held them both accountable.
No,
but I kind of felt like she kind of mentored Candace through that situation because she wasn't too much on Monique's side like that either. But I feel like that's gonna come back to bite her in the behind.
But wait a minute. Let me just throw this out there. She said that about Karen and Ray, but let's be clear. Karen herself threw a little mess on her marriage, right? When she was in the nail salon with Ray, she said, "Remember, you said I could have some eye candy." Don't play with your own marriage. Don't play with your own marriage.
But Diva, she said eye candy is looking. It doesn't mean touching or anything else is involved.
Well, you threw mess in the game. But hold on. Let's go around really quickly, and so that we all can hear each other. Yes, I'll come to you. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna come around everybody so we can all hear each other. Until it's your turn, just mute yourself. But am I saying your name right, Tamara? Tamara. Okay, because I got a Tamara in my life. I got a Tamara in my life. Okay, so Tamara, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. It's your turn. You go ahead and speak.
Oh, well, to add to what you were saying, I mean, I like Karen, but she did say a long time ago that she talked about Ray's size.
Yes, she did.
Having fireballs or whatever, and she was.
Yes, she did.
And it was like, oh gosh, girl. So when she came back with this eye candy thing, I remember watching and going, girl, don't give these girls any more ammunition. What are you doing? Like,
yeah. She pulled a toy on us from Married to Medicine about Ray. She said Ray was,
I haven't watched Married to Medicine, so I don't know.
Okay, but yeah.
No, I saw it.
I co-sign.
The man is 70 years old. He ain't gonna be slinging it like the rest of them. So come on now.
That's what she signed up for. So E, I'm gonna come to you next. What did you think about this scene with Candace, Ashley, and can we give it up for Candace home? It's looking good.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yes, I agree, Diva. Candace's home is beautiful. However, it's so interesting to me. What I've really learned in life is that when you throw dirt out, whether Karen put it out or not, but when you as a person participate in the mess, you see how it all comes back around.
Yeah.
So Candace started out talking about Karen, but you see how Ashley did the reverse Uno at the end of the episode, which I'm sure we'll get to. And so when we talk about husbands, we have to talk about everyone's husband. You see what I'm saying? There is nobody on this cast who is likable. Not one of them. And
Damn.
I can't wait until no, really.
Yeah.
Candace, her attitude is deplorable. The one I like the most is Karen, but we know that she's a flip flopper too. Mia is so fake and phony. Giselle and Robyn are thugs and hooligans, which I'm sure we'll get into. Ashley is trash. Wendy is trash. So I'm just waiting. Let's get into the episode.
What?
What hurt your feelings that bad today, E? Damn.
I'm crazy about
Point blank, period.
Diva, you know we're gonna start calling E. We're gonna start calling her the bride from Kill Bill because she was wielding her sword, just taking heads off left and right.
I'm an Aquarius. I'm the queen of swords. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay. Currents, we'll go to you next. What do you think about this scene with Ashley and Candace? And can we give it up to Candace for Candace's house?
I love Candace's house. I don't care who's living with her. Her sister's living there now, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And they said there might be some other people in the basement or in the other bedrooms or something like that. And even if that is the case, I don't care. But I was thinking the whole time, Candace, I know you playing, right? You're not really trusting Ashley, right? You're not really
give it to her,
like sitting here kikiing with her. Are you really, Ashley? Are you really, Candace? I don't think so. So later on, yeah, let's just say that for now. But Ashley's forehead is always doing too much to me. And even in that scene, I could see her inner workings. I could see the clockworks, the sprockets on, okay, I'm going to use this at this time. First chance I get in front of so-and-so, I'm going to say this. You can just see it was all so plotted on Ashley's part. I think Candace was really trying and lost herself for a moment in the hopes that her and Ashley could, be a dynamic young bunch duo or something like that. But Ashley is clearly picked aside, and it has nothing to do with the hue that is Candace.
That clock is never late with Ashley. Always.
Ashley's so manipulative.
Yeah.
And she's calculated. She's calculated.
Very. Like even this whole thing with Luke, I'm feeling like is even anyway. So but that's
the guy that she's dating. Okay, hold on, Nani. I'm gonna come to you. Sheila, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this situation with Candace and Ashley and Candace saying, that the Grand Dame is in the streets?
You know what? It's unfortunate that she said that under the circumstances of what everybody is plotting against her and her husband. You would think she would have a little bit more savvy not to do that to another woman. But I not really a big fan of Candace, but I think what they're doing is totally unfair. And the fact that she trusts Ashley after all they've been through, back and forth, the situation. I thought I was shocked to see her invite her into her home. She invited the devil into her house.
Well, see, let me just throw this in there for you, Sheila. There's a Watch What Happens Live. You got to go back and watch it. Ashley was on it. Her and Candace, however they got close. Was it just by hanging out or something?
You know what? I saw that.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. Well, you know what? That even makes it even worse.
Well, that's where the trust came in, though, Sheila. That's the only reason why I brought it up this time. The trust came in from there. The trust came in because, you let your guard down when you think that, okay, we had our beef, but then we had this fun together, and now we had this fun together. And so you thought, y'all was past the beef. Right. And then I think what happens with these shows is all no holds barred once we start filming again. I ain't your friend. You ain't my friend. whatever I got to do to get this check, I'm going to do to get this check. And that's where Candace slipped up at. She really thought that Ashley was her friend. Go ahead, Curbs, and then I'm going to get the smoke.
Ashley plays the long game, y'all. Look how long she was married to Baby Hands and bore children with him, knowing what he likes to do. She plays the long game, and Candace forgot that. She might have some degrees, but she forgot. Ashley plays the long game. She won't.
But we also cannot forget, Ashley cannot be loyal to anybody, because if she can't be loyal to her mother and she would choose Michael over her own mother, who the hell is Candace?
Nobody.
Well, that part right there. Smoke, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation about this first scene?
I'm just so tired of Ashley Pennywise diabolical behind. You hear me? The way sis has been moving. I'm sorry, Royer, your girl is not under the spell of Michael Darby and his high libido. That right there. First of all, Candace should have known better to invite, and like you said, invite in demons, devils, and witches in your house when you see that works. So I don't feel a little bit bad, especially after she was talking about Karen. Now, Karen hasn't always been perfect, but she's always tried to be as good of a friend as she could be to Candace. So I mean, just messy, and I'm just looking like the evil just pours out of Ashley. So I don't feel a lick bad. I hope Michael take them babies from her and keep his money too, and throw her under the bridge with Sheila in that bad wig. Next,
not the babies. We're not gonna take the babies from us, Smoke.
Michael ain't taking no babies. He didn't want them in the first place.
well, she's using them as a check. It's better off being with a parent who has the stable income, and Ashley don't have any businesses as far as we know, except for Michael, and now that's gone.
Michael is living his best fluent life.
Way of sneaking in and just jabbing like a snake, just like her and Monique are friends, and how she got back friends with Monique. While back in the day, she was saying that, oh, Monique drank, and that's why she got in the car accident.
And had a miscarriage. Ashley said that, Royer. She said her friend caused her own miscarriage. What you got to say about that?
Yes. Ashley,
let's get into it. I'm sitting on ready. Let's go.
No, wait. You know what? I think you know what? I forgot about all of Ashley's 30 deeds. But I think what trumped everything and what made her friends with Monique is because I truly believe Monique had the footage that could have took Michael down, and she decided to not release that footage. And that's why, you know, Ashley felt like, you know what, I'm signing with Monique, right?
And Ashley did say in this episode that Giselle has dirt on her, or knows her secrets. Remember when she was speaking with?
She did say that.
Yeah, she did.
She did say that. But I mean, how much? You know what? There so much has come out about Ashley and Michael. I mean, what else could be a secret? But Roya, jump into the building. What do you want to say about this Ashley and Candace situation?
So just clarification, I seen somebody say that poor Royer actually his favorite. Ashley is not my favorite. Honestly, I really don't have a favorite on this cast because everybody's just so, yeah. But to the aspects of Ashley, I am going to say, and I'm going to stick with it because I'm all for Captain Save-A-Ho, and we're going to save Ashley. We're going to save her. We are.
Right, you are crazy. I can't.
Unfortunately,
no, Kenny, let's hear how he's gonna spin this one and blame it on Michael. Go ahead, boo.
Unfortunately, we are gonna have to pull a Phaedra, and Candace is collateral damage. We are deflecting right now. We are going through a divorce. We got secrets that are getting ready to come out and hit the streets. Who knows what people know about their relationship? She said it herself. Giselle has some secrets about her that obviously she does not want to get out, which speaks to why she tries to keep that cordial, so-called good relationship with Giselle. You know, I just really feel like Ashley is just in a place where she's back in the corner. She has done some messed up stuff, yes, but who hasn't? I feel like if we're gonna, you know, put her on the cross, we got to put Giselle on the cross. We got to put Robyn on the cross.
Well,
absolutely.
Oh, you know what, Roy? We didn't get to them yet. We gonna get to them.
Don't worry, we come to crucify them too.
Oh, they're gonna get. Oh, we got coals for those feet.
We got her to the cross and not giving her any mercy, but I'm gonna give Ashley mercy. Yes, I am, because I want somebody to give me some mercy. On to the Candace and Ashley. Hold on, y'all. Let me just wrap up real quick. On to the Candace and Ashley scene. Candace talking about Karen sleeping around. The Ron Dom is in the streets. And this ain't the first time she's heard about it, and this ain't the first time she spoke on it either. I want to say this is her like second time this season saying something about that. So she may want to watch her back, because the Grand Dame is been one of her only loyal friends on the show, even though it hasn't been that loyal. It hasn't been that loyal, but I feel like she was more sided with Candace than she was with Monique. She went to
HR on Candace. She went to HR on Candace. She went to HR on Candace because Candace told her to go to hell. But she wanted Monique didn't get a trip to HR because of Karen. But Karen went to HR because of Candace.
Yeah, but Monique did not tell Karen to go to hell. And in a work environment, because they are at work, we can front like they're friends, but they're still at work. And somebody tells me to go to hell and has this much animosity. Oh yeah, I'm gonna report that.
But let's be clear though.
That's ridiculous.
The Grand Dame, I like the Grand Dame, but she told Giselle that she had a whole venereal STD. So
she was a broken horse from Hampton Diva. So yes,
she said she had a hot box. She said she had a hot box.
I was just about to say
work, she said that her friend had a hot box at work. So what about that HR complaint? What about that?
I would do HR too.
I mean, but everybody knows she's a broken whore from Hampton University curves.
But we cannot forget that.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the little cute brunch and lunch or whatever it was. I thought it was a nice little scene. I really wish that Candace and Ashley could really get in a place where they could see eye to eye, because I really feel like I feel like they have more in common than what they really realize.
Yeah.
But because Ashley is just in such a situation, and everybody's going to be the collateral damage at this point, because she is still obviously in love with Michael, and the mental is gone for me personally. I just feel like she's under his control, and she's kind of like trying to figure out what's next in her life.
You hit the nail on the head. Hold on one second, Chilla. You hit the nail on the head. She is still in love with Michael. She still wants Michael, because she wanted to say, she had a conversation with the hockey player, but nobody speaks about aliens, and which nobody's as crazy as Michael. So she's so used to crazy that she can't get out of her head that normal is okay.
She don't know what normal look like.
She don't know what normal look like, okay? Yep. And so she's going to let Michael keep controlling her, all right?
Exactly.
So that's why she's always going to be in she's in an entanglement with Michael right now. An entanglement. Yeah.
But Candace's house is beautiful. I really love the outside of the home. Really nice out, landscaping. Everything was really nice. She looked like she got it together. The inside was all furnished. She got some nice, it ain't cheap looking. It looks like, there was some money invested into this, home. So I thought it was really nice, and I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her. So hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. And then I got to get around to some other people that didn't get to speak yet. But hold on one second, guys. Can we give it up to Candace in the home? Okay, give it up to Candace.
The home is going.
Dorothy did that.
Gorgeous, okay. So they had deep space money, that drive back money. It did a little something. So don't be hating on Candace and deep space, okay? So I'll come to you, Vanilla. Give me 1 second. Naughty Love, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this first scene with Candace and Ashley?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
What's going on,
I want to say, last week I had a little glimmer of hope for Ashley and Candace, but I remember who Ashley was, okay? She's a snake in the grass. Ashley is very calculated. She's been very calculated from her marriage to Michael and everything, because she grew up poor and she's not trying to go back there. She's not trying to go back there. Okay.
Right?
So
Weren't they,
first,
like, homeless?
so first she got Michael to get her the restaurant. Okay. All right. Y'all remember those scenes with her arguing with him? Like, you better not close down the restaurant. Then she wanted the kid. Michael clearly said he did not want kids. All his kids are grown. Ashley was the trophy wife, okay, that was fluent with him, went with the flow and everything. And them kids were a deal breaker. And I believe she hoodwinked them into getting those kids so that she could get that child support to support her long term. Okay. And now the next thing is the house. But Diva, I couldn't help. I wanted to shake Candace when they were in her home. Like, girl, do you realize who you messing with? Ashley does this to Candace every single time. She played nice in her face with her little Cabbage Patch face, right? And act like they kumbaya and I'm sprinkling baby powder dust for you, okay, so that you can get pregnant and everything. And then she pounces on her, and that's all I have to say. Ashley is calculated in this episode to all.
Naughty love. That wasn't powder. That was Gree. She was putting a curse on her.
Right?
Emmanuel, you're in the building. What do you want to say about Candace and Ashley?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
All right. You know, last week when you asked, should we save Ashley? This is the reason why I said no.
You sure did. You sure did.
I don't know. I feel like she's fake, and I don't know. I don't think that Candace should trust her, even though it looked like they were having a good moment in the house. And I also got to give it up to Candace, because I like the way she was like treating her with the food and, you know, serving her. That was good. But I was so disappointed that she went after the Grand Dame of Potomac. Like, no, don't go after her. Go after Giselle or go after whoever, but don't go after Karen.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was wrong, but all she really said was, you know, the Grand Dame is in the streets. She's in the streets, okay? She's in the streets sneaking around with some men that's not Ray. So, you know, maybe we need to do an investigation. Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe
Diva, can I ask a question?
We definitely need to do an investigation.
So about that, so go ahead, Royer.
We definitely need to do an investigation, because if this was the shoe on the other foot, someone saying this about Candace, she would be ready to have a whole fit, as she is having right now with the situation about her husband. So it's kind of a little double standard.
But see, I gotta interject on this one. Now, Royer,
watch all of Potomac one day. It was off. I'm like, you know what? Let me go back to season 1 again. Rewatch all of them and all their interactions. They all have done stuff to each other, and it's like such a like mix up of backstabbing and little jabs, and this, like, they're all a mess. But
that's why we love them. That's why we love them.
Rewatch it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like every season, this one, that one, that one. But the only common denominators were Giselle
and Robyn.
Robyn, sorry, Giselle and Robyn.
The Green-Eyed Bandits.
Everything.
The Green-Eyed Bandits. We about to get into the Green-Eyed Bandits, but Camilla, what did you want to add to this conversation?
Okay, what I want to say is, y'all know Dorothy bought that house, so y'all need to stop playing. Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, y'all ain't gonna throw darks at me.
Who answered the phone when production?
Dryback was a good song. Dryback did get her the furniture on the inside. We don't know what Chris did to go get the house. We don't know what Candiace did, but we know what Dorothy did do something. But I loved it. But come on now, everybody should know. Candiace and Ashley, they were friends. She brought her onto the show. So my whole point is to Candace, why would you keep on trusting her? Now, I do like Ashley. Please don't get it twisted, but I don't like the underhanded things she does. She could have, we'll get to that part because that's at the end. But for her to go over to Candace's house and not really do what she's supposed to do, like be the friend she's supposed to be, I mean, Candace, that was on you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's just jealous because Ashley had to lay under somebody to get her house, and Candace actually got it from family. And
hello,
I feel like Ashley. I feel like Ashley knew the divorce was coming. I feel like Ashley knew the divorce was coming, but she didn't know when. I feel like Michael been telling her like after these kids, it's over.
Yeah, and not only that, I feel like Ashley leaked the whole thing herself.
I agree.
I think she did too.
She did.
I agree. Because the nerve of you to say, who would leak my personal information when you've been leaking people personal information for
years?
And don't forget the first season, she did that to Robyn. She and Katie sat on the swings and went backwards and forth about how broke Robyn was. Then brought it up to Robyn right in her face, and Robyn literally almost broke down and started crying. Talking about, "Hey, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. We got child, please."
But not only that, Canelo, she was sitting there on them swings with the MSNBC link playing back and forth about Robyn and Word being broke. The nerve.
The nerve.
So wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Who said Kate said I would buy all my kids in mama house if I could? I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
And and the reason why I'm okay with Candace and her situation, you know what? Thank you, Daddy, because my kitchen here is renovated for the grace of God, because of my nice dad and his donations. Okay.
Right.
So there you go.
Ashley and her husband is this a dressed up version of Chris Rock and Blueface. Okay, Ashley's just a little smarter about her business.
Wow.
Well, no, that relationship is toxic. I mean,
I'm talking about the usuration of it all.
With Ashley and her husband, with Ashley and Michael, Ashley signed up for the shenanigans. And then she changed her mind along the way, right? And the thing is, you do have the right to change your mind, but you can't be mad at your partner if they still want to participate in the shenanigans because they didn't fool you. That's what you signed up for. So now that you want to bow out, that's on you. Go ahead, Tamara.
I don't believe Ashley changed her mind. I believe, this is just my opinion, that she knew what she was doing from the get-go. I don't believe she changed her mind. Everything went according to plan.
That's what I'm saying, though. But I'm saying now she's claiming that she no longer wants to do threesomes.
She's claiming,
she's claiming that for the camera.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But is it possible? Is it possible Ashley is still into threesomes, just not with Michael?
That's a possibility.
That's definitely a possibility.
Or that she's still into threesomes with him. I think she was just saying that on camera that year to give him an excuse for why he did without her.
Exactly.
Supposedly. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I think it's a mixture of all of the above. But hold on, guys. Let's get into this next scene with Mia and G.
Oh God.
Pinocchio, we giving Pinocchio time on this panel here today. That's what we're doing.
Because we already know. We already know.
So Mia, but let me just get this out really quickly. One, I felt like in that scene, G was confused about Mia's health too, just as confused as the rest of us. Two, she wants to invite the girls to Miami. Three, she claimed that now her and G kind of met in Miami and got together in Miami, but she told us that they met at the club. But whatever, right? And so then what I didn't like was, and you're saying this on national TV, that you knew this man had a wife when you got with him. I was like, did I hear that right? Do I need to rewind? Do I need to take this back? Like, is this what you really doing, Mia? That's what you're saying? Like she was all over the place. And then you want to talk the lies. Come on, Sheila, the lies. That's the lies for me, right? So, and then, I caught that. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Did she just say that? And that they had sex on the beach, and everybody was watching.
Can we say Pinocchio?
But Diva,
Penelope,
Can I say
I
something?
like
Love
that.
people
go ahead.
watching, don't she? She love people watching. No wonder she think everybody looking all the time.
I think she got too much cellulite on that arse of her for anybody
Ooh,
to want
not
to
the
sit there and
cellulite.
look at her.
Mia is
Huh?
a attention WHORE.
She is.
I can get with that. Just nasty. I could get with
Just
that. Yes. And then she's
nasty.
talking about how she's opening up all of these. What is her things that she's opening?
You
I
talking
don't
about
believe it,
the
Diva. I
joint?
don't believe that she
She's
has
op-
25 clinics. I don't believe it
I
at
don't believe it
No,
either.
nobody believe that.
Yeah, she's opening up testing clinics.
Oh.
Testing for what? Her mysterious
You know, like
good
her
at
face,
2A?
I think
her
Sebastian wanted to jump
STIs
in,
and
y'all.
STDs
The
probably.
joint. That's right. It's called the joint. Wait, listen, y'all. I didn't know this until I was listening to Gabor. She has an older child.
Apparently.
Yes.
She
I
didn't
didn't know
Did
that.
I know that one?
remember?
I did not know until I was listening to Gabor. He was like, "Why is she never showing the older son?" I'm saying son. He didn't say son. He said the older child, and I'm like, she has an older child.
Yeah, I never
Well,
knew that
maybe I don't know how old the child is, but if the child is underage and their parent doesn't consent for them to be on TV, they won't allow it.
Yeah, that's similar to like Noella on Orange County, because Noella also has a daughter, but like from a different relationship, and like I don't think the daughter's father consented for her.
Yeah, if the parent doesn't consent.
And how we never
Remember that happened to Lisa Wu too.
Yes, it did happen to Lisa.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe
But I could tell by the way her and her mom's relationship is that she's not like her mom does not fool with her. You could tell.
Well, she didn't raise her.
Mom does not fool with her at all. Like she came
didn't
on the
raise
show.
her.
Well, I get that, but still, it's just like every opportunity she had to be close to her, she was just like, "No, I got to do this for your sister."
Ooh, naughty.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. To me, if you have a fractured relationship with your mom, reality TV is not the place for you to try to get back together with your mom. Like, come on. And then if you are okay, give it a scene or two. But every chance you get after that, when you talk about your mom, it's not in a favorable way.
Like literally,
and that's the part I'm talking about,
with
Diva.
her mom. It's like we heard it, we get it.
Right.
Like, come on, we got it.
Diva.
And
that's the
also
part.
she
I
was
felt like
treating
she tried to exploit her mom.
Yes. She was treating her mother as if she was the help and not her mother.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
And you can't do that.
When I think they went on a trip and the mom was watching them, and then her and G called and was going off on the mom. Yeah, I wouldn't be on another scene with Mia on that show either, because yeah, it's a mess. Was her older son adopted? I only knew PK Joe about the older son because of Gabor.
He was
I don't
on the
even.
show. He was
He
on the show
was?
the first season. The father probably didn't sign the consent.
Oh yeah, he's younger. He's a younger son. He said she has a younger child.
Josh. Oh yeah.
Because it was in the beginning when they're introducing that scene with her first scene on Potomac, and Lou was like them in the kitchen, and G was coming in, and I remember seeing a daughter, a son, and like kind of like an older son.
Why he wasn't there?
But I maybe the father seen how messy she was being and was like, you're not going to drag my son into this.
Exactly, and didn't sign the consent form.
No, I thought she had another son that was
Wait,
over
Tiffany
him.
said the father was on the episode too.
I think so too. His picture, yeah, he was on.
They said we're going to give a cameo. That's all you get.
Well, then you know what? I have to go back and watch over, because I forgot all about. Now that you're saying it, I do remember that kitchen scene. I'm kind of picturing him in my head. But it is very well possible that, the dad was like, nah, he doesn't want him on there anymore. Yeah, no, that is her son, and it's her son. It's her son, I think, prior to her meeting G. I don't think it's it's prior to her meeting G, especially because somebody said the dad was on there too. But either way, G seemed very confused about her health too. Mia still seems confused about her own health. And this whole, Mia, she's doing too much, team too much. Oh, we don't eat without a centerpiece and a runner on the table. Mia, go sit down somewhere. Because with that food they was eating didn't even look good.
It's the lies, the lies. Like, she is sitting here confusing us all. When I tell you, that whole scene just, my mind was on overload. We go from sick to having, we don't have cancer, we were cancer, or possibly had cancer. Then we don't have cancer, but we got to get our lymph nodes removed in a couple of months. A couple of months? If there's a real issue, why are we waiting for a couple of months?
And her boobs alone, she wouldn't have no cancer.
Oh, then
I'm just saying because every time you look up, she's going under the knife. And
that's not necessarily true.
I didn't mean to do it. I wasn't trying to be nasty with it. I'm just saying she wants to pretend like she doesn't know what she got, but everybody knows when you go under the knife, something is going to happen. She doesn't have cancer, but what I'm saying is
the procedures might have led to something being an issue.
Right. So why keep on doing it if you know that you got something wrong?
It's all them foreign objects in her body, okay?
Exactly.
Hold on. Because I don't want to mislead people, right? Because she's already misleading people, and I don't like that. Right. The situation can happen regardless, right? Yes, but the problem I'm having with Mia is you're all over the place and you're not telling the truth, right? No. And normally, listen, anybody, and that's why too, if you watch what is it, Love and Marriage Huntsville, I respect and appreciate Kimmy because she's going through a real situation and she had to decide, like, do I even do this on TV or do I not? And she decided to, share this diagnosis in her journey with the people. And my thing is, reality TV, I don't care about a storyline or no storyline. Don't play with your health when it comes to
somebody else had a cancer scare on the shows. I can't remember what franchise.
It was the guy who lied. I think it was Orange County.
No, not him. I know exactly.
Vicky's boyfriend.
Person. Right. It was Vicky's boyfriend, but it was somebody else. But they did it with respect. He came on and lied, but they did it with respect. But then they found out it wasn't, they didn't have anything, and they told everybody. Mia, like you said, is misleading people on purpose.
Yeah, she's doing it intentionally.
Right. You don't do that because cancer is something very dangerous and scary. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, right here.
She's misleading people on purpose. Like you said, I totally agree with that. And it was the way that she just kind of ran over the conversation. Like, when he asked you, you were like, huh? Like, as if you were shocked that he brought up the subject of something wrong with you.
And not only
when you give the answer, it was like, oh, it's not cancer, so we're glad about that. But, we still got like, honey, it doesn't take that long.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to figure out, it takes time, but come on, girl. This happened last year,
last year, right?
And it's almost like Z had to remind her. It's almost like Z had to remember the cancer thing, and she,
And the way she bypassed that conversation, we went from that to taking a trip to Miami, taking the girls. We haven't said, I met you married, and like, what are we talking about? Like, it's the confusion for me. It's the lies for me.
Yeah,
it's the self-esteem for me. I need Mia to get off of this television and really deal with these self-esteem issues and these mommy-daddy issues that she has.
Come on, Daniel. I mean, if
hold on one second, guys, because I want one person to speak at a time. But Roy, you hit the nail on the head. Get off the TV. You got mommy issues, daddy issues. Then you want to make up fake storylines that have to do with your health, and it's not funny. And who said, Kate? Yeah, I didn't like her throwing cancer around like that. Many of us have loved ones taken from us due to cancer. 100% agree. You did not like it. I'm not here for it. And I'm kind of, in a lot of ways, I'm over her. Because everything that comes out her mouth seems to be a lie. It's like lying Mia the liar. It's like ridiculous at this point. Like, you don't do that. But wait, hold on. I'll come to you. Trent King said, I think she's simply removing black market silicone.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Now,
I mean,
now,
guys, she
okay, but I'm coming to you. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I will say this. You know, your body does not respond well to foreign objects at all.
Nope.
At all. And even when you need the foreign object, right? So even if it's like a knee implant, a hip replacement, whatever, your body will build up scar tissue around that thing because our bodies are really built to heal itself. So the body doesn't know a good thing from a bad thing when it's added to your body, right? So this it's going to go and attack that thing, whatever it is. So yes, you know, and we can have this conversation like a whole nother live where I think this trend of these BBLs, these mommy makeovers, it can reject it. Yes, these mommy makeovers and all of that. You know, everything is being taken too lightly, and I don't like it, right? And it can really do so much damage to you. And what a lot of them don't see is they don't see the dark side of these young ladies who get these procedures, and some of them now their booty is black and it's all this necrotic tissue. It's just a lot. So your body.
K. Michelle is a poster child for it.
K. Michelle.
Yeah. And Diva, this story's coming out every day about people talking about the horror stories of the BBL. They're having neurological problems and all types of things going on with their body, and it's because their body's rejecting what is not supposed to be in there. And guess what, Diva? They did all of this to impress all these, you know, let's say Hollywood men, right? And guess what? They coming out and say, we only like natural. We only want like natural.
But you know what though? I don't want to get too far off, Nani, but they say that. They say that. But these young ladies are making millions of dollars on Instagram. Forget about OnlyFans.
You're right.
I'm talking Instagram.
Yeah,
they're making cash. And let's be clear, these basketball players, NBA, NFL, the musicians, the R&B singers, the rappers, they're in these ladies' DMs. So they can claim they only like natural, but they hitting these ladies up left and right. And you know what? And respectfully, because she has his child now. But even the model that had Drake's little son, and he's a cutie pie. You know, she was one of the models. Like she was an Instagram model, whatever the case may be. So they can say what they want out of their mouth. But they like they still fall for a big butt and a smile, these guys. So whatever.
Exactly. Diva, can I make this point? If Mia will openly admit that she slept with a married man, she lost all credibility in that statement for me.
Yes,
right there. Okay, she will go to the low to get what she wants, and she's not really attracted to G like that. That's her puppet. You see, she cleaned him up this season, Diva. She cleaned him up because last season he was real sloppy. Okay, and she pick and choose what scene she want him to be in. That's why she planning that Miami trip. You stay home with the kids. I'm gonna go away with the girls.
And not only that, I
want to go backward very quickly in relation to the augmentations because I never had a BBL. However, I did have a breast augmentation. And so, and I didn't do that for Instagram or for anybody else. I did that because I had one that was significantly smaller than the other one, and I wanted to balance it out. That was something I did for me. However, I can tell you that yes, there are some men who say no, you should have left it alone and we prefer natural, this, that, and the third. But I can tell you for a fact, each time I leave the house, There's some man asking me for my number. There's some man offering to take me to dinner. There's some man. There's always going to be a man. So they say one thing, and of course, and maybe that can be another trending topic. I'd love to be a part of it, Diva. But I just want to say it's not always for money. I do think body dysphoria is real, which is why we spoke about it on last week. But I think it's a lot of pressures on women, natural women, regular women, not just celebrity, just regular women, because it's tough out here on a woman's self-esteem. And so that's why I think, because Mia has a daughter who looks just like Mia used to look, it's important for her to clean this up now. Because she has to pour into that.
To add to the opposite side of what you're saying, I wanted a breast reduction, and I was so, don't touch it. It might mess with your nerves. And they're too big. They're too big. For real. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just, because like there's the opposite side of that too that people don't talk about. But like, don't mess with your body. Leave it alone. Yeah, you may have back problems in the future, but just leave it alone. There's always like opposite sides, and like you said, like, you will walk out in the street. Some people don't want that attention. And like, just if you can, don't mess with the body, leave it alone and accept it, because there's always good and bad to each side.
Here's the thing. It's a healthy balance, right? Yeah. And then we'll jump back to the Real Housewives of Potomac, but it is a good conversation to have. All I can say is it is a healthy balance, right? And as long as you can deal with that healthy balance, you're going to be okay. But, there's a lot of information sometimes that is not given across the board for everyone, even people who get the surgery, the weight loss surgery. It's so much information that some people do not get, that is so important to your decision in the process. Yeah. And I will say this too, and Eve, thank you for sharing, right? And I will say this too, also too, even, once you do, you get breast implants or whatever, it changes the way that you get your mammogram. Yes, it changes the way that you get your mammogram, because they got to kind of move it out the way. They got to, they do things differently, right? So no judgment either way. I only wanted to bring up the point to say that your body does attack foreign objects. That's all I want to say. And so that's where sometimes a lot of the scar tissue come from and all of that. And I did have a friend, Tamara, to speak to what you were saying. She got a breast reduction, and her and I'm sorry, guys, her nipple, her areola, it fell off because
that's what I was told by my doctor.
But it doesn't happen to everybody. Yeah. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it fell off. And she showed me, and I was in shock. But what they did is then they grabbed the tissue, they make, a fake nipple, and then they tattoo everything else on. Sorry, guys, we got off track. Just a little medical education there. It happens, right? So let's move on. The bottom line to that scene, okay, I'll come to you. The bottom line to that scene is Mia is a liar. But go ahead, Smoke.
But honestly, I have a friend who is just like a Mia. I've been friends with them since high school, and they have this noticeable habit, especially amongst our group of friends, of just telling fantastical tales and kind of just making them interesting or dramatic about things happening in their life. So I honestly feel like there may be something there, probably due to trauma that she may have faced, that she feels that she has to be so grandiose and like things are bigger than what they are, or she has to spin tales to kind of, I just keep the show on her. And I guess going back to how she felt, discarded and going from home to home and no one really like taking her in, that she feels like, oh, I can't have people lose interest in me, because if they do, then I'll feel abandoned, or whatever her reasoning is. So that's why she is the way she is. So like when she tells a lie, it's not that big of a deal to her, because the attention she gets from it is what she craves. And she doesn't know how to do that in a way where she is just being or owning her true authentic self.
Right. In a positive
point.
Yeah, it is a very good point. Let me add this, people was pissed at Iyanla Van Zant when she was on and had her show. What was the name of her darn show again?
Fix My Life.
Fix
My
My
was
Life.
telling the truth.
But you know what? Yes, she's telling the truth. But not only that, if you got past the dramatics and the drama of it all, everything she was telling every person that she ever helped was facts. Yeah. So do you remember what's the football player? He was on a menace.
Terrell Owens.
Thank you. Terrell Owens. Mm-hmm. She said to him, you know why you always on that court dancing and carrying on and acting like a fool every time you get a touchdown? She said, because your father never gave you attention and he literally lived right down the block from you. So now you on that field acting a fool because you want attention, the attention you never got from your father. And I bring that up to say this, that's connected to what you're saying. Because she never got the love she wanted from her mother. Because I don't think, did she know the father? And she was in these foster care. And then, you know, she was always looking for attention, right? That is why she's cutting up right now. And in her mind, because she probably was never good enough for all of those homes and all those situations that she was in, she keeps fixing her face. I mean, the girl was gorgeous when you saw the other pictures, right? She keeps fixing her face, pumping up her lips, pumping up whatever else. And she's never going to stop because she needs therapy because she doesn't love herself.
It's a bottomless pit, Diva, until she gets help. It's a bottomless pit until she gets help for it.
Yeah. It's a bottomless pit.
Can I say one thing before you move forward, Diva? I'm sorry. Yes, self-love is a journey, but it's a never-ending journey for somebody who has had the trauma that Mia has experienced. What I think, and this is just me, what I think Mia should do, she needs, in order to reconcile that her mother will never be the mother that she feels she deserves, she needs to cut her mother out of her life. Because someone made mention of it earlier, Mia's mom doesn't act in a way that would you would deem that she likes Mia, and that's fine. Parents and children sometimes have different personalities. Sometimes they don't get along, but keeping this woman around and having it be a constant reminder where you are reliving the trauma that you are trying to get over, and then talking about it in front of your children and letting them know how awful that she treated you, but then you expect them to respect her as a grandmother. Get that woman out of your life.
I think she said she want to keep her mother in her life with her children. She's basically saying she do want a relationship with her, but she mostly keeping her there for the children.
No, the children will be okay. Yes, but we cannot blame our children for inflicting harm upon ourselves. Those children will be okay without that grandmother. And she don't even want to babysit. Let Mia tell it. Get that woman away from your children. Get that woman away from you and start all over.
But now that you mentioned it, wasn't the older child at the house and he was the one that would not listen to her? He was like either 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I forgot about him.
Kids, to be honest with you, all the kids wasn't listening to her. But I don't think it had anything really so much to do with the grandmother being who she is. I think it had everything to do with kids being kids. So if you got the babysitter that you're used to all the time, and that babysitter is there, that babysitter, you can't play around with because they got you in order. You're going to wash your face, brush your teeth, and get in the bed when you're supposed to get in the bed. But you got grandma who's never really been in your life. And now because Mia's on this reality show and she needed a babysitter, she wasn't even good with her mother herself. So you're not even that good with your mother yourself. But now you want your mother to watch your kids and they don't even know your mother like that. Of course, they're going to cut up, act a fool.
That's right.
Exactly.
And so my thing is, when it comes to her mother in a relationship, listen, I think no matter who you are, listen, we all can be at one point where we could be a good parent. The next point, we could be a bad parent. And I'm not talking about bad in the terms of just, beat your kids down or anything like that. It's a roller coaster ride. And it's like every moment of your parenting, you just try to do better at each moment. I'm in one, and I guess because the way I am with my parents, but I'm one to say that, you know what, forgive and forget when it comes to your parents. Let it go. And realize that, you know what, that's all your mother can give. Your mother is a recovering addict. That's a whole nother situation in and of itself. Recovering addicts have a lot of issues that they go through and the way they show up in life. So now you got a recovering addict, and that recovering addict happens to be your mother who was never there for you, and you're trying to reconnect with her. You can't reconnect with her thinking she's going to be this mystical person. You got to reconnect with the woman who is a recovering addict. And that mother sat on that TV and told Mia she was sorry more than once. Mia is exploiting the mother. I don't think this is all on the mother's back. And I think that Mia is trying to use her mother in the wrong way. I would accept my mother for who she is. Because listen, I have recovered drug addicts in my family. It is what it is. You are who you are. I love you for what you are. And I wish that every day I know is a struggle for them. Because listen, when you have recovered from alcohol or drugs, every day is a new day for them to just get through that day and not pick up that bottle or not pick up that drug. They
One day at a time.
For you to be in their face every day and tell them how you did me wrong when you was on drugs. I did everybody wrong. Come on, leave me alone.
Addiction is a selfish problem.
Because see, I have a parent that's like that, and it's the father. So I has not been in my life since I was 7 years old. Now he's coming back trying to get into my life and everything. But the bad part about it is he likes to start arguments and then be disappearing for like 10 more years. And then, like, he called me earlier this year, wanted to have a relationship, told him it's on you. I haven't heard from him since then. And here we going on to 2023.
Oh God. And Canelo, I could relate to that because, like, I have a lot of family members from recovery or whatever, and they turned their life around. But even though they are no longer participating in the addiction, they still have the behaviors of the addiction tendencies. And I learned that it's a very, very selfish trait that they carry on. All right. And they still try to twist and manipulate. But I had to learn how to create clear boundaries with them so that they wouldn't take advantage of me.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Tugga said, remember she said the mother used to watch her sister kids and not hers. And this is what, but hold on 1 second, guys. This is how I took this, right? The sister probably was there through all the mother's struggles. The sister did not bash the mother. This is just my thought in my head. Did not bash the mother, did not kick the mother to the side. She dealt with the mother when the mother was low, when the mother was in between, when the mother was high. And so the sister and the mother lived together. So when you live in a house with somebody, naturally, if they say, I'm about to run the Target, and they leave the kids in the house, you watching the kids because they there and you live there too. So Mia, again, she played on that piece of information as if the sister lived down the block and Mia lived down the other block and her mother lived in the middle of the block, and her mother will always take the sister kids and not Mia's. Mia, stop. I read and saw right through that. But even so, if my mother did do that, I still wouldn't have resolved that on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Exactly.
Diva, she's really not only is she exploiting it, but I feel like the mom is kind of being defensive and trying to protect her sobriety. She knows where she is stable at. She knows who has her best interest at heart. And that's why I feel like she's blocking her.
And above all else, she knows Mia.
Right. Facts.
That part right there.
Can I say something about this situation?
Yes. Oh, go ahead, Sebastian. Jump in.
We keep on forgetting that Mia explained something last season about this.
What?
she looks very identical to her father.
Oh,
And the mother knew how the father had aided her. So like every time she sees Mia, she just sees that trauma back again.
Right.
Which is why she's trying to distance herself from Mia. But Mia has mommy issues. She went through the foster care system. She's been adopted. Maybe her adopted mother passed, and like now she's like, let me try to reconnect with this woman. But Mia, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you, she don't want you. She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you, Mia. She really doesn't. And you can't force someone to love you if they don't.
But you know what?
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Leslie, you are correct, right? Them kids was cutting up in the scene when they was taking when they was at the table. Yes, they were.
Yes, they
Screaming and
was.
running
Out of
around.
control.
And they was like and G was pretty much, he almost lost it, but it was like, don't embarrass me on TV. So that's with their own parents. So imagine what happened when they was with me and Mom. And Sebastian, I will say this. I'm connecting with you. I understand, but I think her mother is trying. Her mother was also, remember, her mother was on this year. She was in the scene at Mia's house. She asked Mia too, well, what's going on with your health? And Mia danced around, jumped around, flipped around. She did all kind of gymnastics. She did all kind of gymnastics with that.
The thing is, I've known someone who had a similar situation to Mia. They were very like they were not sure on what was happening because they told me how it was. Like once they heard the doctor said you got to go to this center, that's it. They just automatically think I have cancer. That's the automatic thing that they think. I'm guessing Mia doesn't even recognize what she has. She probably has tumors. She probably has benign tumors. She probably has benign tumors that are getting removed, which are just say that they're not cancer. The doctor has ruled out cancer. They are just tumors, or they are just.
If that was the case, then she should have not gone on social media.
No, she probably didn't know at that time they were tumors.
You shouldn't have done that. And that goes back to what I said.
I would have done it differently if I was in her position.
Social media is not a personal diary. You cannot get on
social media. She came out last night and said, well, they rooted out it wasn't cancer. Oh, well, and now it's just some tumors in my butt, so I got to get it. It's like matter of fact. It's like, I really don't care about this situation. So that's what everybody's upset about, because don't put it on social media until you are very clear.
Yeah, sure.
That part.
That's what everybody's saying.
I agree with you. 100%. That was completely reckless that she did put it on social media without being 100% sure.
I was thinking the same thing.
It is reckless,
but
the thing is, some people.
I agree, Sebastian.
I personally would have never reacted like that, but maybe she wanted to react like that to get some healing by seeing people's comments.
Let's do this, because I want to move to this scene with Giselle and her daughters, and then to this burning session. But let me just say this: we can give Mia all that, but now that you know that everybody is confused and you have caused mass confusion, you had plenty of opportunities to clean this thing up, and you're still doing verbal gymnastics with us. And that's why we're going to end the story and hit the gavel. And unfortunately, we got to say, Mia, you're lying.
You're lying.
No, we have to have a heart. No, we have to have a heart. We have to have some compassion, because lumps, not knowing what's there, we got to come back to this at a later date. We got to don't do that, Kern. We got to have a heart.
She shouldn't have posted it, though. She shouldn't have posted it until
she's a liar.
She came out on the show in her confessional and
hold on, guys. Somebody call her. Hold on, guys. So this is what we got to do. Everybody in the chat, because E always wants to be our moral compass, and we'll accept it. So she likes compassion. She's into the compassion thing, and I can get down that road sometimes too, right? But okay, so we're gonna peel back for a minute. And hold on 1 second, guys, because we gonna, we like to be fair over here, right? And so last week I said, are we saving Ashley? And some of y'all said yes and some said no. Okay, so let's do this really quickly right here. And yes or no. Hold on 1 second, E. I'm coming. And it's just a yes or no. I'm gonna come around to you. Y'all let me know in the chat. Are we having some compassion for Mia? You want me to not hit the gavel as of yet? So I'm gonna take it back. I'll take back my ruling. I did not hit the gavel. Canelo, are we having compassion for Mia, or do you think she's a liar?
Not today, we not.
Okay, that's it. Smoke. Don't do that, boy. Yeah. Smoke, are we having compassion for Mia, or what are we doing here?
In my best Kaya voice, electric chair.
Goyer, are we having compassion for Mia?
We already got one on this compassion boat. We don't have room for two. Sorry, boo.
No room.
Sebastian, compassion for Mia.
The only person I have compassion for is her kids. To have a mother who's who's always seeking for attention.
No, Sebastian, you just said your friend had went through a similar thing. No, we have to put yourself in Mia's mindset.
They did not go on social media. They did not go on social media. Once they ruled out everything, they just told everyone it was ruled out and everything. But by
she went on social media because she doesn't have a mom she can go and talk to.
She needs to go to a therapist. She needs to go to a therapist.
Okay, so have a heart. Hold on. I'm coming, E. Let me just go around here. Sheila, compassion for Mia?
No. Not 1 ounce.
All right. Tamara, compassion for Mia?
Did we lose Tamara?
I think she gave her response in her silence.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Did she say yes?
Yes.
No, that was Miss E.
Wait, I'm sitting up like
Miss E was doing it for her. She's like,
what are you doing here for Mia?
I had originally yielded my time on this topic. However, because there's a liar amongst us, I have no compassion for Mia.
Yes, Curves.
Naughty.
Let me
tell you something. No, I don't have compassion for Mia because she did not have compassion for G's wife.
Electric chair. Electric chair. Electric chair.
You know what, Naughty? That is fact. You know what? We can't. You know what? I'm sorry, E. I tried. I went around to the jurors, and it seems like I have to hit the gavel. But boom, Mia is a liar. We cannot, save her with the compassion theory today because I totally forgot. You having relations with a married man.
Married men.
Close the name, the married man. I'm trying to tell you, that's it. I need to say nothing else. That's it. Boom. Close your legs, the married man. On that note, we gotta move on to Giselle and the daughters. So Giselle and the daughters are in the nail salon. The twins are about to have a sweet 16. Now, Giselle is not the best at throwing parties, okay?
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
So I'm hoping that this sweet 16, if they're going to show it on the Real Housewives of Potomac, that it is TV ready and worthy. It seems as if Pastor Jamal may be showing up in the building. Now, this is where Giselle took me out. This is where I fell off my bed, rolled over, had to go downstairs, get some water, and gather myself together. But she had the nerve to say that Ashley should model her and Jamal and how they're co-parenting.
I did not hear that. Oh, I did not hear that.
Wait, say that again, Diva.
I did not hear that.
Going on?
See that again, Diva? Say that again, Diva, that last part about Jamal and Giselle.
That Ashley and Michael need to kind of model the way that her and Jamal are co-parenting. Girl,
Jamal is never there, Diva. Jamal is never there.
I said it. But see, Giselle is another one. She believes her own nonsense.
Yeah.
Y'all know, if I would have heard that, I would have told Giselle
She
Disney behind
definitely
apart.
suffers from delusions. Really
Yeah,
does.
she does. Just like
Delusional.
they brought shares for their daughters in a restaurant. The restaurant industry is the worst investment you can
And
make.
it's closed
Buy your
tonight.
kids land.
It's no longer
You gonna buy
standing.
him a restaurant? You gonna buy him a restaurant?
What,
The number one sale
even
industry?
right? But how about this, Nadi? He tried because whatever. But that's not even my concern. You telling they should model it after you, girl? When we first saw you on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm not mad at you, but when we first saw you on the Real Housewives of Potomac, you and the girls was hungry. Y'all was in that apartment starving. You didn't really have any furniture.
He's a horrible man. He's a cheater. He can't do nothing. He don't look out for my kids. He don't take care of us. He ain't She ran that man in the ground for 4 years straight until he finally decided.
Voyeur. That's because the child support payments were backed up.
Hold on, guys, because we're not able to hear everybody, right? And Voyeur, like you said, she ran him in the gutter for season after season after season. Tamara, real quick, what do you want to add about Giselle, the daughters, and her saying that, Ashley should model co-parenting after her and Jamal?
Well, when she said that, I was like, wait, what?
That's what I said.
Because I just remember the scene where he was supposed to show up for the twin Sweet 16 or something like that, and she cried about it to her hairdresser. And then we're talking about co-parenting. Girl, bye. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like,
he was supposed to show up for picture day.
Yeah, picture day.
And he missed the plane. He forgot his plane ticket. He didn't have his passport. He was buying chicken in the airport and missed his flight. He didn't. Goodbye.
Y'all know when picture day happened, he was down here in Atlanta in the pulpit with all the women that he got pregnant.
Exactly.
Jamal is a preacher. He's a master at gaslighting. Okay.
Well, and I was just going
his number one prize is Giselle, because she's gonna be at his every whim, because she got them kids.
It's unbelievable.
But it's important to know. But it's important to know that he's not a good co-parenting partner. What is the word from last week? The PP, the parenting partner.
PP, girl.
Jamal is not a great PP because the children that he fathered outside of the marriage, those children are still fatherless. And so anytime that you do not parent all of your children, let's say, I believe he had 8 children. I can't remember what Giselle's father said he had. But if you have 8 children and you're only a good father to 3, then you're not a good father at all.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on, guys. He dropped the mic on that one. So for that sister to sit there in that nail salon and act like co-parenting is going well, and then she could get ready to write a book, and Ashley should follow behind her. Giselle, go sit down somewhere, because you and Robyn are team too much, and we about to get on y'all. But go ahead, Sheila. What did you want to add?
The sad part about Giselle, she believes her own lies.
Yep.
There would be no way that I would want anybody to parent or to model or mirror anything that the two of them have done over the years.
Exactly. And Diva, can I she too believe her.
Wait, what happened? What I missed?
Oh my God, babe.
Jamal and Nick Cannon are running neck and neck.
Well, Nick got beating him by 4 kids now.
Can I say something about that?
Nick is on his
Go ahead, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, this is why I kind of what Karen was saying about Giselle having a fiery hot box. It could be true, because Jamal was digging in every hole in Atlanta. I don't know. Maybe he got dug into too. We don't know what happened. So he could have definitely caught something and passed it to Giselle.
Yeah, that's
Sebastian,
true.
he's not Eddie Long. I know he may be teaching at the church, but he ain't Eddie Long dicking with
We
the
don't
men
know
in
that.
the pew.
I don't
No,
know.
I live
Hold on. Time out. Let's not get too far off a track like that, right? it is what it is. I want to stick to the co-parenting issue, and I'm just going to say that she can't write the blueprint for that. And you,
Definitely.
Fifi, I will say this. I agree with you. In Giselle's mind, Jamal only has 3 kids,
She
and
said
that
that.
right there is fact.
She said that.
And to
Dee.
me, go
She
ahead.
said that. She actually said, because you remember when it was an event they did last season. The producers in the confessional asked her, "Well, what do you think about Jamal's other kids? What other kids?"
She said that.
Yeah.
And she
Wow.
said exactly that.
She said
Yeah.
that.
She said it.
Oh.
That is the God's honest truth. Go back
She
and
said
I
that.
forget what episode it was. I think it was right for their birthday, or either when
Sad.
they were down here
Oh.
for that restaurant, and the producer asked her that question.
No, not lying. That happened. I remember that.
Kenila, was it after they had Giselle had the COVID test at her house outside with Reasonable Shady?
It was after that. It was after that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
before that. I'm sorry, it was before.
Before that.
I think it was the episode they was down here in Atlanta when he bought them to Arizona, and the girls were supposed to be there working. I think it was that episode, if I'm not mistaken, or either when they was on the boat.
Oh.
It was on one. It was one of those 2 episodes. I can't remember which one, but she actually sat there and said that. What kids?
And what did they say? What did she say after that? Like nothing.
No, she looked at him like, "What kids?" And that was it. She didn't say nothing.
And she was serious, probably. She was serious.
She
too.
was serious.
She was serious.
She
You
was
know, I
serious.
kind of feel like Ashley
wow.
is already modeling Giselle's relationship. I mean, she ignores the cheating man. She doesn't care. She cares as little about baby hands as Giselle did about Pastor Peen. You know what I'm saying? And she's just as conniving. So I think she's talking to the right person, barking up the right tree. When she sees a sister such as herself doing the same kinds of things, ignoring the obvious and making up stuff and talking trash out the rolls in your neck.
Misery loves company. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Misery loves
that's
company. Okay, so wait, guys. Let's throw this scene in there really quick. Robyn.
Oh gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yes.
Robyn is going to this lawyer, and she's talking about, a prenup and remarrying the ex, and that there's a difference in their income, and she wants to make sure that nobody can touch, what is that hat line? Bedazzle. What is the darn line?
Embellish.
It should be called.
Embellish, and their podcast, Reasonably Shady. So she wants to make sure those are not part of the situation. Here's the thing, Robyn. I don't know about anybody else, but you're wasting our time, right? You're wasting our time because 1, we want to see the marriage license. 2, we want to see the wedding. 3, Andy said that there was no wedding in sight for this season.
Sure
4,
did.
it's going to be 22 seasons later, and you're still not going to have a wedding between you and Juan, and the kids are going to be done graduated from college and high school and all of that, and they would have got married. So when you're playing in our face, we're over it. And I really think that the only reason why Juan is still there is so that Robyn can have some type of storyline in the set.
No, you had it right.
Oh, Diva,
so that he
please.
can recoup his cash from the show because she owes him for losing his money.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I don't understand why a prenup is necessary. At first, that's the way I looked at it. Like, okay, why is this necessary? Y'all was willing to go broke together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you build it back up together. But you know what the real reason for that prenup is? That cheating clause.
Yeah,
So
she wants that cheating
from cheating.
Yeah.
That's the power in
that
prenup.
but that ain't going to keep that man from cheating.
Oh, we all know this, but Robyn doesn't. Okay, and she
Listen, Robyn, let me tell you something. Robyn is playing games with us. Let me tell you what I was really sitting down. I listened to Sherelle today. I listened to Good Boy today, and I said to myself, what's going on here with Robyn and Giselle? And let me tell you what I think these two are doing. What I think these two are doing is because technically, listen, Giselle hasn't been in a real relationship since the onset of the Real Housewives of Potomac, right?
Yeah.
So she's single. And then Robyn really, even though Juan is there, she has not been in a real relationship since the onset of the Real Housewives of Potomac, right? And so after a while, the producers are going to get sick of them because Wendy, okay, what is the other name? Am I losing y'all?
No, we're here.
No,
We're
we're
back.
here.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
So Eddie and Wendy are good. Ashley, that relationship is what it is. And then you have is my internet acting up?
It's cutting in and out, Diva.
We're switching
It's cutting in and out. My internet must be saying that's it, enough.
Like, we gotta go to the session.
Because we know we're talking about Robyn and it's wasting our time because she's a liar and so is her storyline.
Exactly. You know what I really want to say? You know what I really want to say though is that I feel like Robyn and Giselle are going after these married people so that everybody can end up single like them. Remember, she went after Eddie, but Wendy got ratata on her. And so that's why they had to lay back off of Wendy. You see what I mean? So then the only person, because Ashley and Michael, they ain't really got nothing going on. So nothing to go break up over there. So the only people that now go break up is Candace and Chris. And that's why I feel they're coming so hard after Chris, because they want to tear down these relationships on the show. And because
they're miserable.
They're miserable. And the reason why Robyn is big mad at Wendy, because one, Wendy can read her for filth and stay calm. Wendy, every time Wendy and Robyn go at it, Wendy's just sitting there like this. Robyn's losing her stuff. She's losing it.
She gets very aggressive.
She's right? And Robyn sat down. I was like,
she's such a thug, you guys.
Yeah.
She don't have that same energy for a cheating man.
She's a wannabe. She's a wannabe thug.
No, she's gonna try to run around. So
wait, hold on, guys, so I can hear everybody. So Voyeur, go ahead.
Is it just me?
Robyn is a
sorry.
Robyn is a wannabe
Did
thug.
anybody notice that Robyn, while she was talking to her lawyer, was just like smiling or kind of nervous, smiling the whole time? And I'm like, girl, are you taking this seriously? You're talking about a prenup, and she was just like grinning. Like,
Robyn is weird.
No, you want to know what Robyn's problem is? She's very uncomfortable doing these scenes because she knows it's phony, she knows it's a fraud, and she also knows that it pisses Juan off. So she's doing them reluctantly because she needs a check and she has no other storyline. It's nonsense. It's garbage. And that's why even when she sat down to have the conversation with Juan about it, she wasn't comfortable. She wasn't comfortable because she's doing it for a check. He did. But Nadi, hold on one second. Let me just read this super chat. Wendy went ratata, and I saved it every minute of it. I know you did. I love that. Voyeur, what did you want to add to this conversation?
I just wanted to add that Robyn is not a gangster. She is a bankster. Robyn is just trying to secure her check for this season. I am really secured in my mind, especially at this last scene, that Robyn was pulled into the office before this season started. And there was a conversation had with Robyn about, if you don't get it together, you gotta go because you're a bore. You can't throw a party. You're not married. You're not bringing anything to the show other than riding on Giselle's coattail. Right? Another Giselle on the show. We got enough of her foolishness. We don't need somebody doubling behind her. And the fact that she always consistently, you get upset, you get angry, and then you have these outbursts, but then try to act like that you're just so innocent. You just, girl, no. And then you come to this attorney's office, flipping your hair and twirling and turning. Girl, you are not serious about this. You are giving a fake storyline. Yet again, you have nothing to talk about. These businesses are not that successful, which is why Juan laughed in her face when she talked.
Right.
Exactly.
Whatever. Do whatever you want, girl.
That part.
To be honest about it, the show is the only thing that's bringing in a consistent, well, and his job as well. But girl, come on. If this show is out, you out this house and everything else. Like, get out of here. I'm tired of the fake green eye bandit.
And I'm so tired of the fake storylines for years, seriously, because like for Giselle to even try to make the impression that Chris don't want her.
Right.
Okay? You act like you saw all that he, oh my God, I can't be in the room with him. I'm uncomfortable. Giselle, nobody wants you.
Giselle,
But hold on one second, guys. Wait, hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. The fact that he's the only husband that shows up now. I mean, Eddie is coming around, G is around, but for the most part, Chris is always there. And so for him to be the one that's really showing up, and if anything was scared, nobody said anything about G when he was drunk at the GVO party.
Exactly.
He was drunk at the Good Vibes Only party and acting a fool and doing nasty, sexual gestures.
Oh, if I remember correctly, the ground down was like, oh, oh.
He was flicking his
Oh my God. The ground was like, she was like, I cannot believe him.
That's what I'm saying. Pretentious airs, man, of Karen Huger.
Well,
But it's 3 people so far in a row that are liars on this show. I mean, just bold-faced liars.
Wait, hold on, Curbs. So hold on one second. So, Curbs, who are you saying the 3 liars are?
Okay, Robyn, bold-faced liar. Mia, bold-faced liar. Giselle, bold-faced liar. All fake storylines, bold-faced lying lady.
And Robyn.
Producers brought
we know she's not getting married. How are they still trying to pretend like we think she get married or care? We don't care.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, of course. Yes, please.
This is my thing. Well, I have 2 points. The first point is this. Chris put himself in this situation with Giselle because I remember last season or the season before, they played a game, and this is a dangerous game for married people to play. And they asked the husbands which woman they found attractive, and Chris specifically said Giselle. I remember that, and so there's something about Giselle that Chris found attractive, and these men put themselves in this situation when you go after these looks with these evil spirits. What did I say on this panel last week? These men have given Giselle and Robyn their power because of the way they look, but their inside and their morality and their ethics, these are not women. They are terrible. But I want to go backwards. And shoot, I almost forgot my point. I wanted to go backwards about Robyn and Juan and this relationship. I know people in real life who have awkward relationships that look just like Robyn and Juan. And so it's not unrealistic for me to believe that maybe, even though it can come across as disingenuous, these 2 are disingenuous with each other. So in their minds, they're being real. Everybody can see it except them. I'm sure we all know people like that. But the problem I have with Robyn being a mother to 2 boys is this. If this man has already cheated on you, you know that he cannot be trusted. So why would you put yourself, even if it is a storyline, why would you embarrass yourself? Because I don't think Robyn is hurting to get attention. Listen, Robyn is not an unattractive woman. Robyn can go and get another man. What is it about Juan? If he doesn't have the money, you know he's a liar, you know he's a cheater. Why are you just for the kids? Like, you have to give me something better than that.
Well, not only that, but Robyn cheated on Juan first with the friend that took all their money.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So Robyn was the one who cheated first in the relationship, not Juan. So I feel like that So basically what happened, the person who basically like bankrupt them or the first time, that's the same friend that also, unalived himself. And like they had that medium that came in and spoke to them about them, and like that was like when they were trying to come back together. So technically Robyn was the one who threw the first stone as far as like cheating relationship, and then Juan wanted to retaliate. So I feel like there is a codependency with them, but I feel like Juan, more than anything, I think he's kind of just there for the kids more so than Robyn.
He's checked out for sure. I feel like he's very checked out. There's no chemistry with the two of them when they shoot scenes. I just see like roommate vibes, like co-parenting vibes.
I don't even know if I see roommate vibes, right?
Yeah,
because listen, you can have a roommate and you love your roommate and treat your roommate a little bit better. I see a lot of times I feel like he's doing the scene, just to help her out. And that's why he every scene he's in, he's so dismissive. Like he's just like, whatever, Robyn, you would go ahead, do whatever you want on that prenup, because you playing games for this TV anyway. That's what I feel it was like. That's why he walked away. It was like, do whatever. Last season, when they was in this, this fake storage area where she was building this storage space because the hatch was, it was too much to do in the house, right? Yeah. And he again, it was like they were saying something there, and she brought up about having a baby. So my thing is, you wanted to have a baby last season, and you didn't care about getting married first and none of that. But now this season, you dead set locked in on a prenup. You're all over the place, just like Ashley is. And the reason why y'all all over the place, because it's not reality. Y'all making it up as you go along. They told you need a theme to film, and you try to think of something that you're going to do. Oh, okay, I'll go to the lawyer and ask about a prenup. Like, girl, stop playing in our face. But what I tell you, what is real? What is real is what happened at the burn session. What is real is that she's big mad at Wendy. What's real is that Wendy is showing why she got them 4 degrees, and they call her Dr. Wendy, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Wendy sat here and said, why are you mad? Why are you so angry?
Lower your voice.
She couldn't even say it.
Okay? Dr. Wendy showed them why. She told them a few seasons ago, whatever, you call me doctor, okay? Because I earned it. So Dr. Wendy sat there, and she also allowed them to speak to her first. Roast me first, so to speak. What's your issue with me? What do you got with me? What do you want to say? Okay, tell me what the problem was going on. Robyn couldn't wait till the pendulum swung her way, and she was just all amped up. Okay, she was just amped up. Like, why? I need you to stop telling people I tried to fight you. I need you to stop telling people like I'm some thug, right? And then she called the one that we didn't want Robyn to bring back in our face anyway. She called Candace. Right?
She called CHRIS.
I'm sorry, she called CHRIS. She called CHRIS and was like, CHRIS, did you have to block me? Did you have to block me?
Can I say just
and then they showed the scene of her blocking her.
Can I just say something?
Okay, but hold on one second, guys. I'm coming to you. Hold on one second. Okay. And then she calls her, and CHRIS says no. And she goes, I love you, girl. Bye. And then her lap dog, those two, they dump in for each other every single second, right? And then, Giselle's like, see, it didn't happen. Okay. Then thank God for the footage. Thank God they rolled back the footage, and they showed CHRIS jumping up, putting her arm out first, then telling Robyn to like get back with 2 hands on her. So full of it, so messy. And we might as well add this to the scene. And then when Robyn can't take the heat, what does she do?
She gets out the kitchen.
She gets out the kitchen, right? She leaves the room. And then
Forrest, run.
Forrest, run, right? And then the other part, Ashley. 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 You ready, girl?
Wrong road.
You want to sit there at this table, and now you want to add more stuff about CHRIS. Well, let me tell you, they are crucifying CHRIS this season. He is up on the cross. Last week they put the nail in his right hand. This week they don't put the nail in his left hand, and they about to pin his feet down together and stick the crown on him with the thorns in it. Oh, they killing him. They killing him.
Who else is left, Diva? Who else is left?
Candace is
okay,
finally.
hold on one second. Let me go around. Go ahead, Sebastian. You've been trying to get in. What do you want to say?
Okay, first of all, I couldn't get in earlier on the live when I heard y'all bad mouthing Ashley Darby.
And we're gonna do it again.
First of all,
yes, don't do
that's
it.
First.
Don't do it, Sebastian.
But let's get down to this scene.
They just saw you. Okay.
What we're not gonna do is deny an outsider's claim on CHRIS BASSET. This time, there was no footage of this. There was nothing there that we know of. So I'm saying, Ashley, if this is true, if this is credible, you know how messy you already are. You need to bring this girl to the reunion. You need to bring this girl to the reunion. You need to bring this girl that CHRIS was allegedly flirting with, to the reunion.
Diva, I can't take no more of this. Sebastian, let me stop.
I'm going to say this, but y'all are going to scream at me.
Sebastian, stop.
Yes, Michael's a creep, but the court of the law did not decide that. And the courts is what matters.
Really, Sebastian? This the hill you want to die on today? This is the hill you want to die on today. Ashley, big forehead, hey Arnold Darby. This is what you want to do today.
Yes, this is what I want to do.
This is what you want to do today.
Ashley's smart. She's smart. She's like Robyn.
In the ocean sinking and can't get back up on the track, but yeah, I gotta be put back.
This is Ashley's forehead, you guys. This is Ashley's forehead.
Well, she wants
to be sending the babies. Is Ashley slipping you a stipend this semester? What's up?
No, she's not sending me any stipend or anything. I wish she would. But she want Miss DC with that forehead. So let her rock.
Sebastian, I think your brain is exhausted from all the midterms.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Really do.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go around because we ended with this scene. Let me go around. Canelo, what did you think about this burn session? About Robyn? About Ashley? What happened here?
Okay, Sebastian, you forget one thing. Why was Mia sitting here lying on CHRIS saying, oh, he was watching me. Oh, he couldn't stop staring.
That was a lie. I'm not saying that wasn't a lie. That was a lie.
Okay, and then Ashley, we got every proof of the man grabbing Andrew's behind, grabbing on one. So you can't sit here and say CHRIS did the same thing.
I'm
no,
talking about Ashley's friend.
Wait, hold on, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Canelo, we gotta keep this train on the track. There was a burn session. Hold on.
Okay.
And I want to come to everybody and be quick and concise with your words because we got to get to everybody. Okay. There was a burn session. Okay. There was a burn session and stuff happened. So all I need you to answer is, hold on, Canelo. I need you to answer this. What about Robyn? What about messy Ashley? Didn't Candiace get messy Ashley all the way together?
Oh no!
Now we already had the jury come out that Mia's a liar. We could ignore her at this burn session. But there's no need to talk to her. And not only that, can't we say that the Grand Dame showed why she is the Grand Dame?
Yes,
because she know how to tell the truth when the truth needs to be told. She said that all the noise is coming from you, Giselle and Robyn. So take that. So take that. So hold on 1 second, guys, because I'm at Canelo. Canelo, you got 60 seconds. What do you want to add?
The Grand Dame is going to say, oh my God, that was the best scene I ever had. But I ain't going to just talk about myself. Robyn should just leave the show because I ain't got no time for that match.
That's
Giselle, oh my God. And then we're going to talk about Candiace. Candiace just put Ashley's behind. These matches don't have anything on the Grand Dame. I'm just going to say.
All right. E, what would you like to say about this burn session?
Well, everybody knows I'm not a fan of Wendy. However, I must say it was effortless that she sat there and let Robyn make a complete and total fool of herself. I felt it was tastefully done and well done. However, I think that I want to piggyback off of your point. Karen, the one that I like most. She is the most likable. She's the only one, or the one that does it the most, that calls people out in the moment, on scene, on camera, when they are out of order. And lastly, that exchange between Ashley and Candace, I thought uh, I thought Ashley brought a knife to a gun show. I thought Candace tore Ashley up. All of those big SAT words, they were using $5 words when $2 words will do. And that solid B word at the end, you're talking about a queen of swords. I don't think they want any of Ashley. And if you saw Giselle's face, her crow's feet, while she was looking at Candace get Ashley all the way together, and Giselle wanted none of that. Period.
Because Ashley is a bone collector.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna come to you, but yes. Candace got Ashley all the way together, all the way together, because she was like, you know what? No, you're gonna take that nail out of Chris's hand. Y'all not about to put my man up on that cross. Royer, what do you think about that scene? The burn session, okay? The burn session.
The burn session was everything. I'm going to break this down as quickly as possible. I thought it was very nice that Wendy had a sprinter sent to pick up all of the ladies except for her and Ashley. I think it was nice for her and Ashley to kind of have that friend-to-friend moment in the car. I feel like Wendy needs an ally. Ashley kind of needs an ally at this point too. So why not bring them two together? Do I like the ally? Not really, but we're going to see what kind of dynamic this brings to their show. Once we get there, I thought it was very, very polite how opening and welcoming Wendy was. I mean, she literally sat there at the table and let everybody shoot bullets at her. Hey, I invited you to this for my burn session. I'll go first, shoot me down. I really like what Ashley said about her sometimes being unapproachable and dismissive. You know, I feel like that was a very honest, true statement, because sometimes I feel like Wendy is very dismissive with her 4 doctorate degrees, you know, doing that all over the place. You know, she'd be ready to quickly go off on you and dismiss you. I like how Candace, you know, stood up and said, I don't have to write nothing down because we have a relationship and I'm going to speak from the heart. And I just like that she was honest. And I kind of jumping back, I love the scene with Candace, Karen, and Wendy at the flower little scene.
The tulip barn.
Ashley, yes. I thought that was super cute. Nice conversation. Wonderful.
Yeah, you know what? I never knew there was such a thing as flower picking. I'm gonna have to look that up. But
it was called the tulip farm. The tulip farm.
I'm gonna look it up. But you know what though? But it was cold. I'm not picking tulips in the cold.
Hell no.
No, I will not. No, I will not. I will not be picking tulips in the cold. No, but go ahead.
Skipping over Mia, she's a liar. We don't really care what she has to say. Robyn, I thought it was very interesting to me how Robyn was so ready to dismiss. Like, why did you even show up if you weren't going to come and try to fix any issues? You were so quick to say that you wouldn't show up to anything that she does, so why do I need to invite her to anything I do? But then when you show up and Wendy gives you the opportunity to express your feelings, Wendy is literally sitting at the end of the table saying, shoot me down with whatever you want to say, and I'm willing to take the bullets at this moment. And the fact that Robyn was not calm enough, mature enough, and stable enough in her mind to gather her words and say what she needed to say, it just shows why Robyn needs to get off this show. Like I said, I feel like they had a meeting with Robyn. They put a battery in her back and told her to go out here and do whatever, do the best you can. And that's the best she can do. She can't read. She can't give. She can't plan a party. She's not a good wife. Your husband.
Oh, not the wife.
What are you providing? So the only thing we can do is get up, upset, cause commotion, and run off. That your best friend comes behind after she gets red for Phil. I was done with Giselle trying to stand up for her and make it seem like that Robyn is just so like she don't run around trying to buck up on people, knucking and bucking. I don't like the fact how Cherie got on the phone and lied, knowing damn well that Robyn was getting ready to get beat up, and you had to stand up and step Robyn down because Wendy was gonna knock her upside the head. I'm done. I'm done with these ladies.
But now, listen, Roy, Gabor and Sherelle showed it Charisse tried to clean it up today on her social media, about how with the hands and what she was backing up and this, that, and that. Charisse, we don't care, Charisse.
Nobody cares about
To be
Sharice.
very honest with you, Charisse didn't give us much her first round on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Nope.
The best we got from her was that champagne room that was taken away from her because she didn't even get to stay in the house. So guess what, Charisse? We don't care. We're not seeing anything new or different from you. And y'all trying to push Wendy out to get Charisse in is going to be an epic fail. Because I'm telling you this right now. Wendy is not going down without a fight. Okay.
Oh no, and Charisse gives me linebacker vibes this season. I don't know about y'all, but she real buff up in the camera.
But she ain't got that last name no more, Nadi. Remember?
Can I
She
say
do it
one?
Sharice,
Camilo, get that out of my
I
thing.
got you.
Thank you, babe. Okay, so hold on. Let me go to Smoke. Smoke, what do you think?
I mean, I'm just in awe and how these trashy heifers, and I say that to Giselle, and especially our thuggish Robyn, who can't handle having a simple conversation and airing out their issues with Wendy. So, yeah, that scene, I thought it was quite hilarious. I was like, this is who Robyn is in her true form. Her getting aggressive, being the butch that she is, because her and Giselle still have PTSD after Wendy basically took them down in a 1-on-2 match and basically told them about themselves, and they can't live that down. Yeah. So it was quite refreshing to see, Robyn, try to do her best, and like Royer say, she didn't get an S for satisfactory as a housewife. She got a P for participation. She showed up and she tried, and she failed epically, which is okay. We expect nothing more from Robyn, so I think she's just being consistent with her failure on this show. Props. In regards to diabolical, devilish, evil Ashley, and I said that out loud. Sebastian, come up if you want to. I'm saying I'm disappointed in Candace. I was like, you never allow a snake to get close to you and bite you on your hand twice. But the way that she handled her, I was like, Wendy and Candace are giving me a masterclass in how to keep it calm and to read whoever I need to read down, because when Ashley tried to come at her, be like, well, I'm open about my marriage. I don't let my husband do everything. She's like, well, of course she would know. And then Karen and Mia did a simultaneous oof. Like, we felt that for you. I was like, sign, seal, deliver, fatality, brutality. You're done, sis. There's no coming back. I just thought that was just a marvel to watch. And I cannot wait for it. And also for Lion Charisse. Mm-hmm. I don't expect anything for someone who spends $20,000 on a champagne room when they should have just got a factory for milk. You know how her favorite tagline was, why cry over spilled milk when you can laugh with champagne? Well, you should have went with the milk, because you can't even enjoy the champagne at this point now, can you, sis? Enjoy the house.
I thought she paid more for that room. I thought it was
she
$100K.
She probably did. She probably paid more than $20,000. I mean, it looked marvelous, but sis, the room is no good if you couldn't take it with you, because I'm pretty sure she didn't even get to take that when she left the house. They kept that probably for all the past due mortgage payments.
Sorry, stupid.
Diva, we gotta give it up to Candiace, because this is the second time this season that Candiace has been able to stay calm.
You know what?
Yeah,
give it up.
I give kudos. I give my flowers to Candace, because she really tried. I'm telling you, the green eye monsters, they trying to come for her, and they trying to poke the bear to make her explode to get her off the show. Because they can't compete. No. I'm telling you. And as far as I feel like the burn dinner revealed who the weakest link was, which was Robyn. Okay, she went running out of there scared because she can't defend herself. And here goes Giselle. Sticking up for her. How come Robyn can't stand on her own 2 feet? Ever. And as soon as it comes to questioning anything, I don't have nothing to say. I'm done. We're like oil and water. We don't mix. Like, girl, get out of here. Like, you don't really have she's been cowardly all along when it came to Wendy, because I don't think Robyn is intelligent enough to stand up to Wendy, and Wendy knows it, and she pulled her card.
You know
And
what though? You're right, Nani, but I don't think it has anything to do with intelligence. If anything, it's emotional intelligence, right? Because Wendy is sitting there with her legs crossed, like, girl, why are you yelling?
And she was calm and
She's like, why you
peaceful.
yelling?
She didn't have to do much. She said, look, I'm the fire all the shots at me.
But wait, that pissed Robyn off even
more.
She know how to pull Robyn strings. Even if you go back to the dance class, she was like, girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down in your seat. Listen, Whitney didn't flinch. She didn't call for Eric.
Nope. She stayed still. Diva, you froze.
Diva, you froze.
You froze, Diva.
I froze.
Yeah.
Am I better now?
You're good.
Okay, that's why they say we've been on too long. We gotta wrap up. So listen, guys, because I don't know, my internet is acting up, it seems like today. So Sebastian, really quickly, 60 seconds. What do you want to say?
First of all, I'll say this. Robyn is doing what she's always been doing. Continue to be irrelevant, riding off of Giselle. That's what she does every season. Without Giselle, she's practically nothing on this show. Second of all, I love Wendy and how she did this thing so classy and elegant. It was completely well. There was no, at least it didn't get aggressive like it did last 2 seasons ago, where hands were put on someone. I was very concerned that could have happened, especially how Robyn was quick to get up and try. What was she trying and saying? F you. I forgot what she said because she's so irrelevant. But whatever she was saying to Wendy, I was very scared. I was like, Robyn is being very aggressive. If this was Wendy, we would have called her aggressive. If this was Candiace,
that's true.
That's true. Robyn accountable as we would if it were Wendy or Candiace.
Well, hold on 1 second, Sebastian. Candace speaks. You're right. Robyn is stressed. Her job is on the line.
Yeah.
But also, I will say this to you too. You know, and again, I was watching Gabor earlier. And Sherelle, everybody's feeling like it's a war between the light versus dark, right? So to speak, to make it just a quick thing.
No,
and
I don't think it's like that.
let me just say this. Unfortunately, I'm seeing it that way, right? And it's like you're going after Wendy, you're going after Candiace, and you know, it's just seeming that like that way that y'all want these ladies out the door because y'all cool with Mia, and Mia's a hot mess. You know what I mean? They don't press Mia so much like that because I go back to that whole thing with G. It could have been, they could have made that a whole big scandal, but they didn't. So it's like Wendy, you know, and Robyn, the thing that with Robyn is she knew that even when they was at that, what was it? When she just pretty much told Robyn is still pissed from last season, right? When she told her she didn't have a relationship, said that y'all was coming with your luggage and not a man. They're pissed. They're pissed. And by any means necessary, they want to get them off the show. But you know what? You can't just keep running people off the show. Yes, so Wendy did do it, right? She said, Diva, she did a straight Garcelle. She handled that stuff with grace. Yes, she did. She sat there all cool, all calm, all collective. And again, I'll give it up to Wendy. She knows how to just, you know, chill and do it. She's playing the game with them. Okay, y'all want to play this game? I'm going to sit here and make it, y'all look like the fools that y'all really are. And now when, you know, because of all of the edits that the producers are showing us, Robyn's looking stupid, Sharice is looking stupid, Mia's looking
Mia
stupid.
been stupid. She's not looking stupid now. We've been stupid. It's not now. Like even last season when she was saying, making up lies about what Robyn said about Wendy when Wendy went to get food or whatever.
You're right.
She's been looking stupid. Mia has been stupid. I think all the work that has been done on her body, I don't know, maybe a parasite reached her brain. Started munching off of the front
you know what? I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know why she's like this.
I think regardless, I think Mia's a little ditzy. You know what I mean? She's a little ditzy. Mia has issues that stem back from her childhood. And I think when you I think they should do, you listen, you're never going to be perfect, but they should do some psychological tests before they allow these people to get on reality TV.
Well, then it's not
Because
just Mia. Candiace would
you,
need one too.
no, she's
Karen
not
would
right,
need
but
one.
Mia is
All of them
kind of
would
the
need
worst
one.
with it, right? You got to be a little bit balanced before you get on these shows because they're going to play head games with you. Someone is always going to be the target. Someone is
Yeah.
always going to be the target. And it's like, are you prepared and are you ready if
For
they're
that
coming
stress.
and they're target, right? For that stress. If they're going to come and target you, especially if they could go so low where they don't care that they will come and target your family. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up
Yeah.
because I'm coming back tomorrow night for Married to Medicine. And then on Wednesday, I'm doing Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I'm going to go around really quickly, literally 60 seconds. Curves, what's your final words?
Okay, so Chris it's just picking up from last season, or the season before when they were originally intended to go after Candace, but then Monique ate her own ship. So now they're back to Candace, and the only reach around to actually get to her because she's such a formidable opponent is to go by Chris. Okay, now Wendy, yes, she did pull a Garcelle. That's what we should call it. Every time you don't act the epitome of a stereotypical angry black man or woman, it's called a pulling a Garcelle, which Wendy did. And I loved it.
You're going to use that. Thank you.
It's not 30 seconds. Okay, the burn session was great. And then, okay, Thug Life. Okay, that's the new name for Robyn. Thug Life. Thug Life is, oh my gosh, just get her off my screen already. What was that? Oh, she probably planned that on that whole 2-hour trip. I'm going to tell her that I don't think she's like oil and water. As soon as I get here, it's oil and water. It's oil and water. And then got up and left and put her Uggs on. Please, you didn't even need to go except for you had just went and tried to get a consultation for free, but then you got a bill. So you were like, oh, darn, I need the check from having to show up at Wendy's thing. And so then you showed up. Okay, Thug Life, you need the check. So you need to chill. Now, Karen, I must say, y'all know I'm not ever checking for Karen, but I had to say I liked her this episode because she hardly said anything, okay?
Oh my God.
Don't do that, Curves.
It's because she hardly said anything, and I didn't have to hear her pretentious, almost Connecticut voice. Nah, 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 nah. You know you don't talk like that. The same way Dorito needed to pick a voice, she's going to need to pick one sooner or later. And the last thing is Five Head. Ooh-wee. I almost thought she had edges by the time Candace finished snatching her together because she was snatched. Ooh, I loved it. She said, you would know. I loved it. And I can't wait for next week. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you. 60 seconds and 60 seconds. What's your closeout?
Who you say?
Sebastian, you done? Did
I did my
somebody
closeout
gather
already.
you?
I thought I did.
Okay.
Sebastian.
Okay, you're good. Okay, Sheila, what's your closeout?
Okay, I'm going to say this. As far as Mia is concerned, she's a perfect example of a person that was not nurtured as a baby. And you see that the way she moves in her life. And it's unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do about it. She do need therapy. As far as Robyn is concerned, Robyn is trying to keep that check by any means necessary. She don't care if she has to yell, scream, walk off. She think that's going to keep her on that show. She read the blog. She know people don't like her. And that's why she's doing what she's doing. She is no match when it comes to Wendy. And Wendy handled her well. Wendy lit a match to her all burning and said, now burn me even further. And she couldn't. She could not even put her on the plate. All she could do was walk away. And then she sounds so stupid because once she walked away, all we heard her saying was, now I'm just going to sit here and put my Uggs on. Okay, now you've done something dumb because you removed yourself from the scene. Isn't the whole thing is that you don't want to be removed from the scene? She's just, and I'm done, Giselle. She came on there with her fake relationships every year. She had a different man. Monique read her right. Every year she came with a different man until she couldn't come with anymore. And that says a lot. As beautiful as she is, that she can't even get a man to pay her no attention. And that is all I'm going to say about that. Until next week, hopefully I'm awake and catch you when we talk about what Candace is getting ready to do to that snake Ashley. And I can't wait because she's going to read her beyond and back.
Ashley is done. See, Ashley, I guess now, because out of her own mouth, she said Giselle has dirt on her. So Ashley is trying to be team Giselle and Robyn, and the train is gonna run over her. This is going to get good. And I will say this, I give it up to Candace and Wendy because they not bowing down.
No,
they not
they're not.
bowing down. Yes, they was like, y'all want to fight? Y'all want to fight? We gonna give you a fight. We gonna give you a show. Okay, and I commend Candace. Now I don't know, because Chris is scaring me a little bit. Okay, but I don't know what's going on there. But we about to do this investigation and dig into it and see what's really good. Like, is Chris doing something, or are they just trying to run his name in the mud?
Yeah.
And I'm leaning towards they're trying to run his name in the mud, because Ashley was definitely dead wrong. I would have texted Candace. But you brought it up at that burn session because you wanted her to burn. You wanted to burn it down.
Smile on her face when she did it. As soon as Candace started getting really upset, they did a flash on Ashley's face. And she was like so happy, you guys.
Yeah, she was, though, because you know what she was pissed about too with Candace. But my thing is, you went to her house after that. She was pissed because when Candace was talking to Eric, she was throwing, Michael under the bus. But what you should have did when you went to Candace's house and you was eating the cheese and the crackers and you was laughing and the kiki and the ha-ha about you being with the hockey player and everything else, you should have said, Candace, you hurt my feelings in that moment. They already broke the fourth wall. So you should have said, you know what, Candace, I'm still cool. We still want to kiki ha-ha, but you hurt my feelings by bringing up Michael. But instead, what she did, she waited for the moment where she thought she was going to get Candace back. And Candace gathered her all the way together. Gathered, honey. Told her she was a nasty, trifling, dirty, low down. Okay? She got her all the way together. But listen, guys, thank you for being here.
Can I just give my last thought about it?
Yes.
I just think that Wendy pulled a Mortal Kombat and finished Robyn. When she said, "Why are you yelling?" and Robyn went nuts, I was like, yes, Mortal Kombat. Well, for those who know video games, Mortal Kombat finished her. Okay?
Yeah. Canelo knows video games.
When I was younger, I'm 45. When I was younger, finished her. That's
yes.
Wow.
Tamara, you look good.
For 45.
You're good, girl. Black don't crack.
We sure don't. But not to add this, Diva, I just think this reunion is going to be a bloodbath. Karen, Wendy, and Candace are severing heads and they're gonna just hang the bodies up and let the blood drain out, because when they are sitting on that couch and they will actually watch these clips in real time, being like, there it is. Don't play with me. So I think honestly, Wendy and Candace are just saving all their ammunition and energy for that, because then it's like, okay, we have the full history. Roll the footage. Let's go.
There we go.
With that being said, I know it's early on. Who should be sitting next to Andy so far?
Candace should get one of them. And Giselle should get the other.
Wait, who?
Candace should get the one. Should be Candace, Wendy, Karen, and then on the side, Giselle, Robyn, Mia, and Charisse at the end.
Yeah. Well, you already know Giselle always gonna have a seat, so no matter what, she's gonna have a seat.
Even with her no storyline having
even with her no storyline,
she needs to be into the couch with Dr. Jackie and Dr.
Hold on. I think Candace should We do have time to get to Andy. and we got to think about this, but we'll talk about this next week. Giselle should not be there. Giselle does not have a storyline. Who we need at the seated right up front there, because Robyn, she got this battery pack in her. She thinks she can handle so much. Sit
Hot
next to
seat, put her in
Andy,
the hot
Robyn.
seat.
Put
And
her
on the
right
hot
there.
seat.
Oh,
And
that's
on the
gonna she gonna burn. She gonna
other
Oh, that would be
side,
great.
right. And on the other side have Wendy. And I guarantee you it will be a show. Because here's
Yeah.
the thing. At the reunion, what you gonna do? You can't get up and walk away, Robyn.
She's
Right.
gonna say, "Where's Ron Dixon?"
You
And
can.
and not only that, Diva, Candy said it herself. The only time she was on that seat, she's like, I don't want to be the one that's sitting next to Andy, because that's the one, the seat where it gets the most action, and like you don't want it to be like you have to be there for everything. So
Robyn
I don't
can't
think
handle that shit.
Robyn
I
has
don't think Robyn
is the
can do it.
readiness for that. I don't think
Yeah.
Robyn can handle that
I
pressure.
told
She
y'all,
can
Andy
do
said
that.
that. I
She can
told
walk
y'all.
off Diva, or she can do like Nene did. And
That's a computer screen. Really?
But she can't do that, Roy, because it's in person. So she can't do that unless she just had a laptop, close it, and then just walk off the stage. Like,
Roy,
That's hilarious.
Robyn does that. If Robyn walks off stage, she's done for it, and she can't afford to lose that check.
But
No, she
this is
cannot.
Robyn's setup to get like this is the setup for Robyn and Giselle to go. I'm calling for new castmates for their 2 spots next season.
Yeah.
This is the setup for them to go, because the lies, it's the lies. It's just becoming too much. It's becoming way too much.
And listen, let them do reasonably shady 100% of the time. So we gotta do this. You know that Elon Musk is messing up Twitter, but I still ain't get on it yet. But I'm gonna get on it, right? But we gotta do this. We gotta get to Andy. We're gonna look at one more episode because we need enough time to get to him. Because remember, this already played out for them, and they probably about to film that reunion. We need to get to Andy in enough time, because right now, as it stands, Wendy and Robyn need to be sitting next to him. We don't care what show y'all put next after that, right this moment. We can care less, but we need Wendy and Robyn right there. And Wendy needs to get in Robyn's face, because all Wendy has to do is say a couple words and Robyn loses it. She loses
everything.
Oh, Diva, you know what she could ask? Diva could ask Robyn, well, where's Juan now? You say you're engaged. He ain't even said about
Where he be? And listen, this we already know, right? I know we all in agreement with this. I will fall off my seat if Juan shows up to that reunion, but he's not.
Oh my God.
He's not.
I'm glad that Juan Dixon is not here right now.
And so is he.
Oh, remember that?
And so is he.
Famous last words.
Yeah,
Robyn.
famous last word. Listen, Juan Dixon will never show up to another reunion, because he's not going to answer the question about when they're getting married. He's not going to answer the questions about how he feels about that prenup. Juan is not going to be there. But you know what Andy should do? He should make her earn that check and say, Juan better be here, period, point blank. Matter of fact, give us his basketball schedule right now, and we're going to make sure that we do this reunion on a day.
Around that
I got to say this. I have
He'll
to
just
say
be
this.
getting another
Do
root
you
canal.
really think that Juan be at those basketball games like she claims? Do you?
No.
Listen,
Him and Michael are off at the in the Bahamas drinking Bahama Mamas and pina coladas.
You see, Michael was in Vegas. He
Yeah,
had
he
a
was in Vegas.
vasectomy.
Oh no, I'm talking about when the reunion come. I ain't talking about now. I said the reunion. That's what they gonna do.
Listen, let me tell you this. And nobody believes he had a root canal. I want to speak to his dentist, okay? So he was in that family fun day because he had a root canal, and that's a bunch of nonsense. But anyway, guys, listen, love y'all. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I'm going to be back. Married to Medicine Reunion Part 3. Okay, yeah, y'all have me, angels. Listen, guys, love y'all.
Heavenly's angels by quadries.
Huh?
Quadries, because quads.
Before I close out, I didn't see you there.
What's good?
You in my mic.
Gabor, you're too late.
Hey, y'all.
You can't even put the clothes out.
you want to say real quick before I leave?
I just want to give a shout out to Wendy. I just loved how she sat there and she didn't change, even though Ashley was there.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I remember somebody putting their arm up, and if I was Ashley, I probably would have forgot that somebody put their arm up, something as minimal as that. But for somebody to have to get up and hold you back, physically hold you back, Ashley was there, Ashley saw it, and Ashley sat there and tried to act like she didn't see it. And was trying to get Wendy to apologize and say that ain't what happened. Wendy was trying to fight her. Wendy was about to attack her. I mean,
you mean Robyn?
Robyn was about to attack her.
Yes.
And it's crazy because Robyn has not been called out for her aggression because she's biracial.
Exactly.
You know? So she has not.
They called her out on Twitter though. They called her out on Twitter.
Not on the show. She got away with
do it
though.
But Wendy stood tall. She was like, "You were
But wait, hold on, Gabor. I was watching you because I was with my dad earlier. I was watching you, and I forgot all about Mia's the son, the older son.
We don't leave no child behind. Like they say on Precious, each one no child left behind.
Yeah.
And we not about to let Mia get real. She's not about to rewrite her story and make it seem like she only got them 2 kids by G. Where is the oldest child?
Love me some Gabor.
We need to do a welfare check on the oldest child because he seemed to be missing in action. He's not even at the beginning credit. You know, when they do the taglines and stuff,
yeah,
he's not even in there.
But do you think is like, remember Keith was Lisa Wu ex, was it Keith Sweat?
Keith Sweat,
remember
yes.
he didn't want the kids on the show?
Yep.
And that's why you think maybe that happened to Mia?
No. If Mia got as much money as her and G claimed, and they couldn't fight the man for the boy to be on the show, I don't believe that. You know, that's what happens when people do new. That's what happens when people get married. They forget about the other kids and them other. You know how it goes down. Come on now.
No child left behind.
Yeah.
He can't even eat with them.
Hold on, boy. Listen, everybody. # no child left behind. We gotta speak to Mia. We gotta speak to Mia.
We can't put no child
Where's the
left
oldest
behind.
child?
Yes, that is new speed for me.
So Gabor, why are they putting CHRIS Bassett on the crucifix and nailing him down? Why are they doing this to him?
They want Candace to react. You remember at the reunion last year, they were trying to make it seem like Candace was the worst person on the show, and she just went too far. Even though Karen said that Giselle was burning and she was on drugs, right? But whatever Candace said is just so bad. I think that Candace made a mistake last year when they asked that question about who did your husband have a crush on in the crew? And she said Giselle, and Giselle used it to her advantage, but she's almost having to backpedal before our very eyes because she's trying to make us think that she didn't say what she said. She said that he was a sneaky link. He had made her feel uncomfortable, and he was trying to see if she was with it. But now the story is that she just felt uncomfortable because she was in a room with a married man.
Right.
But that ain't what she said at first.
She's a liar, like her blue-eyed friend.
People will believe Giselle because she's a beautiful woman.
I don't believe her. She messed with that Jamal Brown.
Oh no, I'm just saying that she thinks that she thought
That's
that
the perception.
people would believe her because she's pretty.
Right.
She thought that people would believe her, but my thing
She ain't
is
that
how
cute.
far. And what happens is you got people that's praising her, right? You got people like Carlos King that say she's like the 3rd best housewife in history and stuff like this, but she does this every season.
Exactly.
And how far is Andy gonna go?
Season 1.
How far is Andy gonna go? She doesn't
And Giselle
have a
is just
storyline.
messy. She's just messy and she brings entertainment, just like Mia. She's messy and she brings That's why I think they brought Mia to the show, is to bring a little excitement because everyone's trying to be so prim and popular and proper and buttoned up and everything or whatever. But
they needed a stripper pole.
I don't think they was really prim and proper before Mia came. I just think they've been trying to add new personalities, and then they ran into Mia because Mia got these 99 clinics the joint.
But the reason why I say prim and proper, Diva, because you remember when
they used to be like, oh no, we don't do that in Potomac.
Exactly. When Monique came on the show, it was just like everybody was looking at her like a deer in headlights. Like, oh my God, don't do that. Everybody was so very buttoned up in the very beginning. Remember, they just got messy within the last year and a half.
No, they've been messy.
They've been messy. That's why we continue to watch.
Karen was trying to come on and act like she was proper, and Giselle told her, "Girl, I know how to act proper. You was raised on the farm."
But Karen's the OG. She the OG of it all.
But wait, Gabor. So why? What are they doing? Talking about the grand dames in these streets?
I don't like that. I didn't like that. For you to be sitting up here gossiping about Karen with Ashley, and they coming after your husband too. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like it's a reach too, Gabor. I agree. I feel like it's a reach because there hasn't been any proof or anything. At least with Monique, things came out eventually, but it hasn't been any proof that Karen's been creeping around. If she creeping, she good at it, okay?
Good.
Well, here's the thing, y'all. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The three people that we know that their husbands were in these streets are Giselle's ex, Robyn's whatever ex, future husband, and Ashley. So
did you just say future husband?
Huh?
Did you just say future husband?
No, Ashley.
No, she said
Robyn's future husband.
Quote unquote.
She said,
quote unquote.
She said
that'll never happen.
Is he future? I mean, is it really going to happen?
That ring is that's a bubblegum. That's a bubblegum machine ring. He just gave her that just to shut her up so they can have a storyline. That's what that is.
Yeah, they just want to put everybody else on their, on their level. They want Candace's. They want to try to make it as if Candace's man is in the streets. Wendy's man is in these streets, and Karen.
But it's to the point. It's not. It's to the point. It's not even believable anymore. Like they keep doing the same thing over and over each season, and I'm just like, bore. You know what I mean? Because y'all don't have relationships.
Hold on one second. Here's the thing, though. You say things enough, and enough people will start to believe it. So now they got me giving Chris the side eye a little bit too, and I'm wondering like, okay, what the heck is going on? I mean, I don't believe it, but then now they getting a little sneaky suspicion in me, and that's all they need to do. Yeah, and that's how you destroy somebody's reputation.
And I believe
hold on one second. And that is why Candy does not like Phaedra, because she knew how bad a rumor can destroy your entire reputation. And right now, they're doing that with Chris. And so when you have a restaurant like that and you're trying to promote it, and you're going to be, and you're not going to just want all men at this restaurant. You want some females there too when y'all got the happy hour or whatever. And so if you innocently thinking, okay, I know this my white friend, let me tell her to come, let me tell this one to come. You don't got time sometimes to do a whole group text, because some people get sensitive to group text too, right? Why you put my number with this person number? So you don't got time for all that. So you just go come by the club. And now somebody desperate want to make something big of me saying come by the club. It's too much.
But Diva, can I make this point real quick? That's why they came up with the storyline. That's why Giselle, Ashley, all of them conspired, because Chris does have a night job. It's so easy to create that doubt because he's missing or whatever. So they're going to play off of Candace's insecurities because he's away from her for the majority of the night. Diva, think about his hours. It's so easy to come up with that conspiracy and create doubt because of what he does.
Yeah, but
it would be different. It would be different
at this point. We've been watching reality shows. We are too smart. There's all the comments say, yeah, whatever. Like, please, Giselle. Like, we all get it. We've been watching for years. So like, miss us with this. We're too smart to fall for the okie doke anymore.
But you know
not
what though?
taking it.
The thing is, this man is working a real job.
Right.
And so everybody don't watch reality TV. Go ahead, Gabor.
It'll be different if the conspiracy was that he was cheating. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not the conspiracy that they're trying to put out there. What they're alleging can really ruin him.
Yeah.
They're making it seem like that he has they making him seem like a predator.
Yeah.
You're making him seem like a Michael
I'm
Barbie.
sorry, you cannot make me believe that he wants Giselle in any type. I don't
But
think
see, but
Chris
that's
wants
but you
Giselle.
know what but it's kind of beyond that now, right? Because they
Yeah.
passed that and they're adding other females to this situation. So it's like Gabor said, it's not that they're just saying he's cheating. I mean, cheating unfortunately happens and goes on all the time. They're trying to act as if he's a predator, and that is
I
messy.
don't like that.
And not only that, Diva.
Hold on one second. Let me go to Smoke. I'm gonna go to Natasha, and then we about to close this thing out. Go ahead, Smoke.
So I'm on Twitter. So I actually participate in these feeds when these shows are happening, and you'd be surprised that it takes only a little bit for people to believe it and start running with it and creating their own narratives about, oh, you heard what Giselle said? Oh, that does sound suspicious. And it's just like people do not have the thought to like think things through and be like, okay, we know Giselle's history and behavior and what she does on the show. They just are in the moment and they just see what happened, like, oh, that could be a thing. So it doesn't matter whether it's true or not. You just need enough people to be willing to go along with the ride, and then you got them.
Wow.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah, and it can destroy somebody's life, his career. And listen, Chris just got this job. We need him to keep it.
Okay, we tired of Dorothy paying for everything.
Huh?
We tired of Dorothy paying for everything.
Right?
Don't do that. But Canelo talk about Dorothy pay for that house, and we're not doing that right now. We're not doing that.
And that's okay. That's okay too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Natasha, I'm actually about to close out, but welcome to the building. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Hello to the panel. Thank you for taking my call. All I wanted to say was Candiace's hair was fabulous.
Yes.
That is her hair, and she can
Yes.
put it around 10 times if she wants to.
Yep.
But Natasha, you know what? I ain't mad at her. Her hair is gorgeous. That's hair goes for me. Hair goes for me. But she got to get comfortable with it, right? Because she flipped it this way. Right. She flipped it that way. One minute in the scene, it was a part down the middle. I thought I was going crazy. The next minute in the scene, the part was on the side. The next minute in the scene, there was no part.
All of that was you didn't see one track.
Diva, respectfully. Black girls need to be on TV flipping their hair around every which way.
That's right.
Every which way.
I flip my hair back and forth.
All right, Natasha. She was giving me anxiety, but I accept it. Go ahead, Natasha.
Everybody's beautiful.
I'm flipping with
my call.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's all you want to say?
Come on, Natasha.
I wanted to say that. I also want to say that I believe that Chris, he's taking all this attention, he's soaking it up, and he's not realizing that at the end of the day, you know, you have to play the game, and this is again a job, and this attention that he's getting, he has to know how to ward it off. He has to know how to deal with it. He has to know how to direct it. So I don't think he cheated. I don't think he's cheated on Candiace. Do I think Ashley's man cheated on her? Of course.
Every day.
With men and women.
Every day.
Fluent.
I'm just telling you.
So
go ahead, Natasha.
I just think that Candiace needs to stay strong, and I think that Wendy held her own. Just like Garcelle, she held her own. I don't care what anyone says. She held her own. She held it like a lady. Gabor.
I feel like kudos to Candace. She has really grown.
I'm playing the top.
She's really grown. She's really grown.
I agree. She's totally grown up.
Candiace took the feedback and she applied it, right? She knows now that they're going to try to run her off. They sort of like, she's like the Portia, right? They're going to try to keep throwing. They would have kept throwing on her. You don't know how to control your emotions. You need to get yourself together. But she took it. She listened, and she knows their MO, right? And that's why she was like, all right, I'm gonna remove myself when I know I can't control it. That's why at the dance studio, she exited to the left, right? Because she knew they was playing games with her man and her marriage. And so she had a conversation with Eric, the producer. And then she was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to leave now. Because if I don't, it may go the wrong way. But at that, burn session, she handled herself well. She gathered Ashley all the way together because Ashley was dead wrong. She could have texted her, she could have called her, she could have something. Because literally, we just broke bread in my house. When you come through the doors, when you come through my doors, okay, of my little 2-bedroom little townhouse, and I put out the chicken and the cheese and crackers, whatever for you, we broke bread together. And then after that, you're going to stab me in the back. It's going to be all kinds of problems because I don't let anybody through the doors.
Exactly.
Can I say this? Though?
Yes.
I'm a Leo.
Yes.
And once I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. And I was like, Candace, why do you have this in your house?
But can we say this though?
Why?
I feel, and I get what everybody is saying, but we're not gonna act like Candace wasn't putting extra on Michael Darby. Every time she opened her mouth, she talking about Michael Darby.
Absolutely,
so if there was
she
did. If there was an allegation that came out, baby, you better believe I'm bringing it.
But Gabor, was it true though?
It don't matter. It's an allegation.
Did we see his hands on some booties?
Yes.
Well, let me say this though. Okay. Let me say this. If your husband was accused of doing something, and now me and you are getting better with our friendship, I'm not going to keep, everybody else might keep saying it, but I'm not going to keep throwing the smoke out there about your husband if I'm trying to get in a better place with you. So yes, clearly at the dance studio, and everybody heard Candace, she blacked out. She could have said they're not going to do this to Chris and not bring up Michael's name. But what she said was that y'all not going to do this to Chris. If y'all need somebody to do this to, Michael Darby is available. Michael Darby is the predator. Michael Darby, this, that, and the other. She must have mentioned his name 10 times in like 60 seconds. And so
she mentioned his name at the spring fling. She talked about it at the spring fling. She talked, every time she sat up there and was about to talk about him in front of Ashley. You know what I'm saying? She had the kahunas to sit up there and try to talk about it in front of Ashley again. And I think that's what Ashley said, I'm going to get you.
Well, Diva, not only to add on to that, but didn't they group already know that she was getting divorced from Michael at that time? So maybe she felt comfortable, like, okay, we're on the same page finally, so I can, like, I'll let off ammunition, she'll join. I don't know.
A producer confirmed that he did that. So it's not.
It was Eric.
It
was Eric. He grabbed Eric Buck first season. No, he grabbed Andrew Buck first season. Remember Katie's fiance?
Yeah. And he confirmed it. He was
also grabbed Eric's butt.
So we know all of Michael Darby's infidelities and all of his indiscretions.
So wait, it was Eric. So maybe that's why she said it to Eric, to prove that, like, Eric, like, you know what went down, Eric. So if y'all want to do this to somebody, then do it to Michael Darby. Is that why you think she was saying it to Eric?
No, because Eric is the main producer of the show, and he also produces over there with Atlanta too. I think that she was just saying that, this is not going. Y'all not about to do this to my husband. You know what I'm saying? For a storyline. This is my real life. This is my real husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this for a storyline.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But like you said, I don't think, to me, she could have said what she had to say without bringing Michael Darby name up.
Oh, she could have 100%. Especially if you knew you and Ashley kind of made up and was trying to get in a better place. You don't have to keep dragging my husband down the river like that. Even if I'm going to be divorcing him, he's still the father of my kids. So you didn't have to go there. You didn't have to do that. So, but Ashley was messy too, because don't come to my house and then the next scene 2 seconds later, you want to stab the knife in my back. So, it was just messy all around. But listen, guys, I'm at 2 hours, 37 minutes and 6 seconds. I got to go because I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back tomorrow night with Married to Medicine, reunion part 3. And then Wednesday, I'm doing Love and Marriage Huntsville. Don't forget to hit that like button. But let me say this. We got to say who needs to be seated next to Andy Gabor. From the performance so far, Gabor, who should be next to Andy?
It should be Candiace and Wendy.
Okay. I like that.
But we know it's going to be Candace and Giselle.
That's what
you say Candace and Giselle?
No,
Giselle has always said next to Andy every
Thank you, Gabor. Thank you.
Even when she's boring as I don't know what.
She's boring as
Karen thinks she's the grand dame of the show, but she's the only one who ain't never. She
Oh,
always sit next to
I don't
Andy.
know what you're talking about.
She don't always sit next to Andy. Giselle sit next to Andy every season. So it would
She
be
sure
Giselle and it would be
does. She sure does. But you know what, though? Maybe we got a call. Maybe we got a call for Giselle to be kicked off her throne. And then she will really fall. She will pass out probably. But maybe it's time for us to speak to Andy and Giselle gets kicked off her throne. Unless these next few episodes we're going to see something totally different. But I think as it stands right now, it should be Wendy and Robyn. Not Robyn because she deserves it. Robyn because I want Wendy to finish her off.
Yes.
Robyn too aggressive. We can't have them that close together because Robyn too aggressive. You'll blink your eye and she'll be about her seat on her way over there.
But Diva, I'm here for the 2-for-1 special. Diva, I'm here for the 2-for-1 special. We get rid of Giselle, we get rid of Robyn. Okay.
He's never, let me say this. I will say this. Andy would never do that. If he kept Robyn this long, I don't see it. I don't even see it happening. I don't even see it happening.
But
this,
Diva,
yes.
I don't want to see Giselle kicked off. I want to see Giselle fall off her throne.
Yes,
I want her kicked off. I want to see her demise.
But Robyn is the epitome of nothing. She has no style. She has no body. She has all she has is face. That's it.
That's why her and Giselle make good friends.
I think that Robyn, the only reason why Robyn is on this show is because Giselle fights for her.
Yep.
To be on the show.
That's it.
Yep.
But I want to see Giselle fall on her sword.
Even though those two are messy, I will say this, they thick as thieves. And I do, outside of all their messiness, they got a good friendship, right? Because Robyn has underperformed for years.
7 years.
Since the beginning.
And Giselle would not let her go. Okay. We have heard before this season, I'm gonna say at least 3 seasons in a row. Even the fans was crying, kick Robyn off, she's boring. And Giselle went to bat for her. She's still there. But we're gonna see. I think Wendy and Candiace is about to give them a run for their money.
I do too. I agree, Diva.
Before we go, Wendy, Diva, I just hope that they can be confident.
Wait, hold on, Tamara. Hold on. Go ahead. What was you saying, Gabor? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying that I hope so, and I hope that they're confident in what they have, because I wanted this to happen with Candiace and Monique, but they wasn't confident in the team that they had.
Yeah.
Both of them wanted to be seen by Big Giselle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted Giselle to accept them. They wasn't confident in what they had. And I hope that they're confident in what they got, because they could take them down.
They could take them down. But I gotta go, y'all, because I'm working on 3 hours. I gotta go. But Gabor, I don't know if Min gave you the message. My baby daddy got in trouble.
He got in trouble. He got in big trouble.
I lit him up on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my goodness!
Did you see?
I saw that.
You missed it.
And I said, hold up. I thought you was Diva, baby daddy. And you got Diva.
We're going to talk about this later. I'm going to find you on Instagram.
Okay. But guys, I gotta go. But yes, my baby daddy's in trouble. But anyway, guys, good night, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
Bye, everyone.